What's up, people? It's another edition of the New Breed Podcast, the final edition for this year of our Lord 2025. I'm one half of your hosting duo, Jay Horsecow. With me, I have my partner in crime, the notorious T.I.M. Tim Anderson Jr. Tim, how is it going?
Oh, just wonderful.
It is just wonderful. Do you realize we are, 5 years in? 6 years in?
6 years in April. Yep.
I was thinking about that today as we were getting ready to do, I think it's our fifth or sixth album of the year, and I'm like, man, we've been at this for a bit.
Dude, it's flying.
It's been a minute. It's been a minute. The older you get, the faster time goes. So I just ruined the surprise, everybody. What are we talking about this week? This week we're doing our best stuff for 2025. And to keep it interesting, Tim and I have changed the agenda. So of what we're going to talk about, we broke it out by multiple small genres. We actually have some stuff where Tim's going to get to share some of the things that he likes that I may not necessarily be a fan of, and vice versa. So the hope is that maybe you agree with our picks, maybe you don't, but at the minimum, hopefully you can find a couple albums to pick up and go listen to because you might actually enjoy them. With that being said, Tim, anything before I kick us off?
Nope. Let's do it.
All right. So the first question we have here is the too late to qualify question. What came out so late in the year that sadly, no matter how good or bad it may be, it didn't have a chance to make your list? I have 5 or 6, Tim.
Yeah, I have 5.
Okay, go for it.
So the first one is one that you told me came out that I had no clue. Can you guess? We spoke about it last week.
Uh, no, but I remember sending you something.
Yeah, it
Go
was
on.
Astronoid with Star God.
Oh, I completely forgot that even came out. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, came out late. I didn't really get a chance to really get into it because I was, the last few weeks I've been listening to everything that came out. So this is that
So
month where I don't listen to anything new really. So
surprisingly good album. We've talked about this before on the show. I love that first album. The second album I thought was too safe. It was too in the middle. This is closer to what they were doing on that first album. Granted, not the really, really fast stuff, which is what caught my ear the first time, but there are some really solidly well-written songs on this album.
I agree. Yeah, I listened to it at the gym because I was at the gym when you sent it to me. I was like, oh, let me put this on. And then I got home, listened to a couple more, and I was just like, I just never went back to it. I will, but like, yeah, it just came out way too late for me.
Agreed. Agreed. For me, the first one on my list is Health with the Conflict DLC, which just came out last week or the week prior. I really like what they do. They do a weird sort of synth mashup in synth industrial, but almost some pop sensibility.
Yeah.
I'm really looking forward to seeing them. They're coming around, was it Carpenter Brute in April? Really looking forward to seeing that because I want to see what that looks like in a live setting. This is one of those things where, given a whole year of listening, this probably would have made my top 10. I just didn't have enough time.
Yeah. We'll talk about that later. God damn it. Of course, my voice decides to do that when we start talking. Number 2, I have
Yep.
my ticket home with Pure to a Fault. During the year, they were putting out singles, and I was like, I dig these. And then they just put a full length out. Most of the singles were on there. And then I was like, fuck, I just don't have time to dig into it. And I know it's good. I know it's going to be great, and I'm going to love it. And like you said, I'd probably have it in my top something. I just didn't have the time for it.
Okay. Okay.
Sadly, I just didn't. And great band. I love the record before that. Amazing record. But this, I mean, there's hints of it in there. I just was like, I don't have time.
It gets very hard at the end of the year when you're trying to compile this list, but you're also trying to go back and think back and what did I really like, what didn't I like, what's the stuff I've listened to most. So
Yeah.
the other thing to think about is with the Spotify year end, which everybody tries to tailor themselves to. You'd think a lot of bands are going to start putting shit out earlier in the year because just by being out in January as opposed to being out in July, if it's an album that I like, it's going to get more reps. It's going to show up in my Spotify top 5, top 10, year end, whatever. So we talked about how Last FM I stopped paying for it because we didn't use it enough, and I was like, I don't need to spend this money. But they'll actually parse Spotify, Apple Music, Tidal, YouTube Music, all the stuff you have, all your services, and give you results, which is great, but it's not worth paying for.
Yeah. I
I
don't pay for it
really
either anymore.
I really do think we're going to get to that point, Tim, where bands are going to start front loading the beginning of the year so they have a better chance of showing up in end of year
I
lists.
100% agree. And it's funny that you say that because we're going to talk about that later. It's super
Okay.
funny you said that. So I
Okay.
didn't think about that.
Second one on my list. Rotten Sound just put out a 9 song. It's an LP. I think it's an LP. It's not an EP called Mass Extinction. It's. I'm sorry, I stand corrected. It's 8 songs and it's 9.5 minutes.
Yeah, it's fucking wild.
It is awesome. When I put it on, and then next thing you know, it's playing shit. It's playing shit off a different album, and, and I'm looking and I'm like, wait a minute, why did it skip around? And I went back and it did it again, and I, what the fuck? Oh, it's that short.
Yeah.
There is something to be said about grind music that is just short, punchy, get in, get out. Hoping they come to the States again. One of the loudest bands I've ever seen live. Love to see them tour for it.
I think I always get this band mixed up with the band that had the goat in the fucking audience.
Worm Rot.
That's it.
Yeah, Rotten Sound is the four guys from Sweden and real friendly, smile backstage, and then they get up on stage. It's like, what the shit is this? Good
Yeah.
stuff. What's your next one, Tim?
One of my favorite bands from back in the day. I listened to the record a few times, but the last few times I listened to it were not surprisingly, but for some reason, like it'd be a Saturday night, Brianna goes to bed, and then I'm like, oh, let me put a record on. I would listen to the new Armor for Sleep, which is called There's No Memory.
Okay.
And I absolutely loved the band, but I'd never listened to it sober. It was like always like hammered, and I'm like, man, this is a great record. But then I'm sober and I never put it back on. So like didn't come out that late. It did at the same time, but I just didn't give it the time of day I should have, and I'm kind of annoyed about it. So
Fair, fair. Three on my list is Drain is Your Friend.
okay.
Big fan of Drain. I like what they do. That's not typically my type of hardcore, but I really enjoy their sound. I enjoy the show they put on. Came out in early November, and I think for me, it got lost in the shuffle of all this other stuff. I was making this list, and I went back and I went, ooh, I forgot about this. And it's fantastic. But it came out too late for really, it came out too late in the year for to make a mark for me.
Yeah, it's funny you say that because the next one is my exact thoughts with exactly what you just said. Came out late November, early late November, kind of in the middle.
Okay.
One of my favorite. They put out one of my favorite records in like 2017. Probably the best pop electro band out right now. Probably my favorite of all time is Phanogram.
Mm-hmm.
They put out a record called Memory of a Day, and I listened to a few of them. I just couldn't find a way back to it.
Okay.
But I absolutely love her voice. I think she probably has one of the best voices in music. Great duo. They just put out banger after banger. Just one of them bands. I was just like, fuck, man, it's in my queue. I just don't have the time.
I know it's going to end up somewhere on your list, but it's not on my list. But in the same reaction I've got is that Julian K album. Every time I've listened to it, I've really enjoyed it, but I keep getting lost and I get stuck with going back. I get
Yeah.
stuck with going back to it. Picking up a little bit of speed here. So the next one I've got on my list, the newest Lamp of Murmur album, The Dreaming
Mm,
Prince and Ecstasy. Fantastic album. I'm not a black metal fan. I love everything. This band and the band Worm are probably my favorite. And Departure Chandelier. There we go. My
yeah.
three favorite black metal bands. This album is fantastic. It sounds great. It's expertly produced. The songs are wonderful, but it came out late in November and I just haven't had a chance to loop back.
Yeah. It did come out late, and I did give it a few listens. It's fucking great, like you said. It was hard to go back to because there's so much other stuff.
Right, right. When I do this list, what I think about is okay, when I think about our metal stuff, what are the albums that I consistently went back to over the year?
Yeah.
Where, oh, I can't think of, I can't, I'm not, I don't have any ideas about what I want to listen to. Let me go listen to X. X is, makes the list. What's your next one, Tim?
Last one is, and I told you about this record, and I listened to it mowing the lawn because I listen to a lot of records mowing the lawn, but the new Omnium Gatherum with May the Bridges We Burn Light the Way. Excellent record. Just every time I tried to go back to it, I was like, but I have this, but I have this. But I just remember the three listens I did in a row were excellent. And I just couldn't, it's just too late to qualify. And it's sad because I think it's a really, really good record. Like, probably their best in the last three, in my opinion.
It is so chaotic and so crushed out as music fans, as us as music fans. There's so much out that we have a limited attention span and everything is fighting for your attention. Video games and movies and books and all this and that. So it's,
Yeah,
I get it. I
it's
get it.
funny. It's just like you said, the like, older you get, time flies. Or the older you get, you just don't have time, dude.
Yes, if I could either check out this new album of a band that I may or may not like, or I can go back and listen to Crippling Alcoholism again.
Yeah. Or I
And
can watch the new season of blah blah blah. Or I can
exactly,
play guitar. Or
exactly.
just like you have limited time, and it's just people that are young and they're young, they're young 20 year olds and shit. They just don't know how good they have it right now.
The attention economy is definitely for us who have to work and all this other
Yeah.
home responsibility shit. It, it I actually miss the summers because in the summers when I mow the lawn, I have 2 hours to listen
Yeah.
to whatever I want.
Love it.
The winter, it's way different. All right, I got two left to finish this part out.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Too late to qualify for me. The new Revocation, New
Yeah.
Gods, New Masters. I love everything Dave Davidson does. The album is it's perfect, but it came out too late in the year for me to really get enough reps to put it on my list. And lastly, this is kind of a surprise for me. I'm not going to lie. Shadow Work by Despised Icon came
Yeah.
out,
Mm.
listened to it, liked it, saw them support sang with Singlebog. I was like, man, I forgot how good these guys are. Went back and checked out a bunch of the earlier stuff. I dig it. I think if more time on the turntable, it definitely would have made higher in the list, but I just didn't have enough time.
Yeah, I mean that could have made my too late to qualify as well. I just stuck to five, but yeah, that record it took me a few listens, but I was like, yeah, it's decent. And I go back to the other one, I forget what it's called, and I'm like, this one's just way better.
Yeah, yeah.
I forget what it's called. You probably know exactly what
I can picture the cover. I know I Despised Icons, one of those bands. I can picture the covers.
Yeah,
Don't ever remember the album names,
yeah.
except for the first one. I don't remember that. Okay, Tim. What were your biggest surprises of the years? And by surprises, everybody we're meaning is what came out that blew you away that did not end up in your top 10?
All right, I'm not gonna say blew me away and didn't make top 10, but I base this around wow, I can't even believe this came out kind of thing. Same shit. We'll go with that. Number one was that new Blood for Blood track. You're gonna have to kill me. No, I did not think that was coming out, and to be on Roadrunner Records is fucking crazy.
It's really insane. Really.
Here's the thing, though. I'm not a fan of Blood for Blood, honestly. I never really got into them. This song
Mm-mm.
is good, though.
Same. I would
I
agree.
like
I
the
would agree.
song.
I
I
would
was
agree.
very surprised. I was cleaning up the yard, all the leaves, and I had this came out of my queue, and I was like, damn, this is fucking good. So it's making me go back and listen to it and see why I didn't like them. I'm gonna
Mm-hmm.
do that next week, but yeah, I was very surprised that this came out. I never thought they would. I could have sworn that dude was a drug addict and it was just a disaster.
I don't think it's White Trash Rob. I think it's the one guitarist who has a questionable past. And
Oh, okay.
then again, all those
My
guys
bad.
coming out of that Boston scene, like everybody was up to no good at a certain point.
Okay, my bad. Didn't mean to say that if I'm wrong. You know,
No, he definitely got caught up in some shit though. Yeah.
okay. Well then, okay, yeah. I could have just swore he was a scumbag or something from what I heard,
Mm.
but who knows? If you're listening, my bad, buddy, whatever, who cares?
Call us, come on the show.
Yeah, whatever. Fight me. I don't care. You want me to
Call
keep going?
Frankie. Yeah, call Frankie from a Amur.
Yeah, right.
Go on.
You sent me this track. I couldn't even believe it. That new Cherum track. What whose side are you on?
Yo.
Fucking great.
And they're recording. They have like 8 songs written. I read an interview on No Echo. Shout out to Carlos. They're recording the rest of those songs. And apparently the band is split up and they live in different parts of the country. And just out of the blue, the one guy called the other guy and said, yo, I got some ideas. Let's work on this. And I remember that album. I got that album. I ordered it off MySpace.
Dude, right?
And they talked about in the interview, they talked about the tour they did with Aftermath of a Train Wreck and all that sort of stuff, which is really kind of neat to hear.
Yeah, because I remember you sent it to me. I'm like, is this the SLC band? You're like, yeah. I'm like, holy
Mm-hmm.
shit.
Yeah.
Okay. And I put it on instantly. I was like, yeah, this is good.
I got to send you the interview, Tim. It's on No Echo, but they actually talked about how coming up where they did in the Salt Lake City scene, everybody was straight edge. So when they started getting out and touring, they didn't realize that there were a shit ton of bands and scenes out there that straight edge was not even on the table,
Yeah.
which I find really fascinating. Like you want to talk about
Yeah.
a collective bubble? Yeah.
Yeah. I had a few dudes from the SLC scene on Ill Street. It was the one dude from Aftermath I had on. I forget his name. He was super cool and he told us some crazy stories. And then I had on what's his name from the Lazarus Project? I forget his name. Super cool dude. He was in the SLC scene too.
You
And he,
had the guy from Crow Killer, right? He was on too.
oh yeah, and I
Yeah.
had Blake from Crow Killer. You're correct. Yeah,
But I
Blake
mean,
was in Aftermath, I think.
yeah, I think he was a guitarist. Yeah. But what a wild scene, like that whole Salt Lake City, Reno, Nevada, Vegas, weird sort of straight edge,
Dude, they
armed for
burning McDonald's down.
armed for battle, seventh dagger type stuff.
Yeah, fucking
Kind
yeah.
of wild, kind of wild, man. The early aughts were a wild time.
Dude, I think they like firebombed a McDonald's and like a chicken farm and shit. It's fucking crazy, dude.
That is
Military
totally
grade edge
insane.
shit. Like, yeah, if you think about it, though, like burning down a chicken farm, isn't that like the opposite of what you want to do?
It's like PETA that kills all the animals that they seize.
Yeah, it's like, what the fuck?
What? What? Is
And then
that
probably sell them for the meat anyway.
right? What else do you have on your list, Tim?
So this just came out last week, and I was shoveling Sunday, and I put it on, and instantly the production, I was like, holy shit! The new volumes, it's called Mira Touch, dude. That shit is killer, man.
I haven't heard that. I gotta hold on. Let me get my pen. Volumes.
There's something about the production of it where it's like flat, but in a way where it just fucking works. And like the first song came on, and I was like, who is this? Because I have this like thing, I have this playlist where I have shit in queue, and it'll just play, and then like if I like it, I'll stop it and go to the record. And this came on, and I'm like, dude, this sounds so good. Who is this? And I'm like, oh, it doesn't surprise me that's Vimes because the last record was awesome. But yeah, Mirror Touch, check it out. It's fucking great.
Gotcha. Gotcha. I've got two surprises for the year for me that did not make my top 10. The first one is the new Putridity album. I forget what I even forget the name of the title. Putridity, what did I wrote it down somewhere? Morbid Ataraxia. I loved Ignominious Atonement. That was one of those albums that came out and blew my fucking gourd. I was not expecting, and they've had lineup changes and new bassist, new vocalist. I was not expecting this to be any good, and it melted my face. It melted my face.
I don't
So
even think I heard it.
it's slam, but it's not the slam of like the peeling flesh, snuffed on sight, kind of like fun stuff. This is the like it's
Yeah, yeah,
cinder block core. Here we go.
yeah. Yeah.
The only other thing I have on my list that was a big surprise, it was the newest Cytotoxin album.
Yep.
And that was a surprise for me because when did this band become the Russian version of Beneath the Massacre?
Yeah, shit's
The
good.
last album was not like this. It was good, but it wasn't like this. And I put this in and I went, well, shit.
Yeah,
Where is this coming from?
this was the record I knew you would love, and I sent it to you, and I'm like, yeah, I know he's gonna love this one.
I was completely blown away because it was not what I was expecting for the last one. I've checked out their albums over the years as they come out. I know, shout out to our boy Rob Wharton from Cognitive, who's toured with them. This album is fantastic to the point where I was really, really surprised. This was not what I was expecting. I don't ever remember them sounding that Beneath the Massacre. And being as they haven't played a show, they admitted they haven't played a show in 5 years. They
Damn.
have Beneath the Massacre has their first show in like 5 years coming up sometime soon. Please, guys, tour the states. Unbelievable.
They from
Unbelievable.
Canada?
Yeah, yeah. Their last batch of tours, it was Origin, Beneath the Massacre, Defeated Sanity doing a run in the run up to COVID, and I had tickets to the LPR show in Brooklyn. And 3 days before Beneath the Massacre drops off the tour because they said we're not going to leave Canada, we won't be able to get back in. They played one more show, and then Defeated Sanity flew home, and Origin was like, forget it. So
Yeah,
shout out to Beneath the Massacre. I really want to see those guys live.
Beneath the Massacre toured the states with God, Premonitions of War. Way back in like
My God, that must
was
have been a slaughter.
that 2005 at the Troc or something? That shit was crazy, dude.
Unbelievable.
I
That's
could have swore
unbelievable.
Cryptopsy played that show too. Because
We
I've
could
seen
probably
Cryptopsy at the Troc. I could have swore that they headlined that.
look it up. It's probably out there.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was Cryptopsy as well. I got two more.
Okay, go.
This one isn't a surprise. What surprised me about this record was the maturity of it, and they did everything I wanted them to do. The new Fleshwater, it's really well written, and I love that they put her vocals in the front of it. They were too drowned in the record before, even though I love that record. They did it perfectly. They mashed everything perfectly the way I wanted them to, and I was very happy with that record. It didn't make my top anything, but I was very surprised with that record. Like, I feel like they just like listened to what I was bitching about. Not that they were listening to me, obviously, but
This
you know.
album will come up again later in this conversation and not in the place that you're going to think. So we're going to come back to this one later. What else?
My last one is because they just put out a record the year before is Profiler with Masquerading Self, that EP they just put out. I One of my favorite bands, couldn't even believe they put it out. I just didn't get enough time to really dig into it, but the songs are great. So Love it, man.
All right. Next section we've got here, Tim. We limited it to five because otherwise we'd be here all day. What were your top five singles of the year?
Oh, my first one, Shadows Fall with Souls Devoured. I couldn't stop listening to
Not
it.
surprised that that's on this list.
Fucking
Not
love it.
surprised at all.
Love that band. The song was perfect. It's like they never missed a step. I hope they put a new record out. That song fucking rules. I love it. I listened to it like 48 times in a row one day. I love that band. They are the best traditional metal band of all time. I don't care what anyone says.
Okay.
If you say someone else, shit up your own fucking ass. You're wrong.
Did you see that thing I posted in Slack about the guy who gave himself there's a disorder where your body can produce alcohol and he was butt bung yeast and he actually got himself sick. Like every time he ate bread, he got drunk because his body naturally produces alcohol. Did you
That's
see that?
crazy.
All right,
No.
we'll come back to that. Keep going, Tim. Do your five.
Next or two combined, the two new Mood Ring songs are absolutely incredible. Can't wait for that new stuff.
Mm-hmm.
The new Silosis single, The New Flesh, is they are the second best traditional metal band of all time, by the way. Everything they do just reminds me every time I listen to Silosis, it gives me that Shadows Fall feeling where I'm like, this is the best shit right now.
Mm-hmm.
That dude writes some of the best riffs I've ever fucking heard in my entire life. They just crushing in the best way, in the least heaviest way possible. Like, of course it's heavy, but like, dude, it's in some of the shit's in standard and it rips everything
Mm-hmm.
comparable. There's not even a comparison how good that dude is at writing riffs. I forget his name. I feel like an asshole. Josh, I think his name is. The dude is one of the best guitar players of all time. Just watch the new video, you'll fucking be like, oh my god. Um, Number four, I've Drowner with Siren. If that's the last song they do, I fucking absolutely love that track. I love them dudes. And then number five is Thursday with Taking Inventory from a Frozen Lake. That song is incredible. That's another one I listen to like 48 fucking times in a row. And I'll listen to it another 48 tomorrow if I want. So, yeah,
Okay.
that's my five singles.
Okay, I've got my five here. First one, I don't have song names. I just have the band that put the single out because it was just easier for me to remember. First one is Fatal Realm. So this is the three piece from the Hudson Valley. This is the guitarist from Mind Force doing like a death metal slammy thing. They
Yeah.
have done multiple single releases this year. All of them have been great. All of them are great. I think if Mind Force kind of falls by the wayside, I can see these guys stepping into the breach a lot like how Koyo has replaced, Reign of Salvation and Typecast, right?
Yeah.
Next, I have the Blood Command single.
Oh,
I
yeah.
really, really enjoy that band. I think they use stuff that's really fun and really different. I listened to that a shit ton this year. And then I went back and listened to the last album. So kudos to them. Come to the States. Next, it just came out recently, the newest Crown Magnetar single.
Oh,
I
okay.
really like them as a slammy metal band, and I know they've just solidified their lineup. They have a new guitarist who was a touring fill guy, who now is their full time guy. I really, really like what this band does. Their name's gonna come up again in a future section, but I really like what they did. I think it's great. It's there's a knock for a lot of these bands at some of these extreme genres that they all sound the same. These guys find a way to make it sound a little bit different, so I'll take it. Next, I have Empty Shell Casing.
Oh,
He just
okay.
did a two-song single. If you haven't heard this band and you're a fan of the show, I don't know what is wrong with you. They're a mix of new metal, metalcore, hardcore. There's some mosh parts. There's shit all over the place. Two vocalists, a turntable guy. They're young kids too, which means they got a long way to go. They're part of that upcoming wave of stuff like Holder, and they toured with Balmora, and they played with some. They were on Hellfest this year, the one that was put in the summer. So they're part of that newer, younger crop of bands that they're doing different things. So big. Check those guys out. I think they're going places. And lastly, I have the French band K9 with that song 808, which is so ridiculously stupid and heavy that every time I put it on, I giggle, and then the song ends, and I just restart it, and I'm waiting for the full length, and I'm waiting for the full length again, 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 and again.
Yeah, that shit was ridiculous. I remember the video we did for that, and I was
Yeah,
just like,
it's
what is going on
it's
right now?
it's all bass drops. It's all bass drops. So coming off singles, Tim, what were your top five EPs of the year?
Man, this was my hardest one to do. Number one is Balmore with Prologue. That is
Okay,
perfect. I think they're one of the best bands in that old school, not melodic, metallic hardcore. they're one of the best bands right now doing that stuff. That shit is perfect. Their full length's perfect. Love that
And
band.
they keep getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and they have yet to sacrifice their sound, their image,
Yeah.
whatever. Those guys play in Torture. They also play in Asphyxiated. It's a death metal band. So they what's that other band that they? It's the straight edge band where the drummer sings for it. As Ashara,
Oh, Ashar. Yeah,
yeah,
Ashar.
Ashara, however you say it, whatever. We're getting
Sing.
old. We're getting old. But their next thing I think is going to be huge. It is
Yeah,
going
that
to be
EP was great
huge.
as well. You're right. Number two, I got Volatile Ways with Perfect Dark. There's just something about that EP. It's just
All right.
crushingly heavy. I think I sent that to you. I don't know if you listened to it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
God damn, it's good, man. There's just like it's not that it's generic, but it's not like it's something I've never heard. But that shit is really good, man. Her voice is crazy good.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Love it. Number three, this one came out like a month ago. I listened to it 48 times in a row. Torture Hammer with their self-titled EP.
What a great name. It's a great name.
Dude, it's so good. If you like 200 Stab Wounds, put that on because you're gonna love it. Uh, I'm thinking the next two are in your list. Let's see.
Okay.
Don't tell me if they are yet. Body Web with Dead Wired. I was blown away by that. I absolutely love that. Yeah. Them five songs are so good. I need more of that in ASAP. Number five is Final Resting Place with Bound by Affliction. Yeah, man, that I love how they do the recording dirty as hell. It's so brutal. I love it, man. I think they're going to be, if they put out a full length, I think that'll quite possibly make my top 10 instantly if they do, which I'm assuming they're going to.
Right. I know that Simulacra played their final show, so they don't have that band drawing members. And I actually think was it some of the guys, are they also in I want to say the one of them is in
Is this Tsunami?
what's the band from New York? Sanction, I think
Yeah.
one of them is in.
That's
And
right.
then
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
somebody is in I wanted to say somebody's in Foreign Hands, but that's not right. That's
It
not right.
wouldn't surprise me though.
So
I know we're supposed to keep it at five, but I couldn't do it. Number six, and I don't remember the title of the EP, but 15 Rima.
that's the band I was trying to remember that's in the same vein as Empty Shell Casing Holder, that they're in
Yeah.
those they're contemporaries. Yeah.
That four-song EP is Zayo all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
It sounds like old Zayo. Dude, I listened to that a uncomfortable amount, unhealthy amount of times is what I would say. Like I would put it on and just redo, and just I love.
Gotcha.
I forget what it's called. I didn't have time to write the thing down because I just forgot. But yeah, I love that shit. But that's it for me.
I had five. You were right. Final Resting Place
I
was
knew
on
it.
my list. I as great as they are on record, they're even better live. They bring an energy live that is just sick, and I'm here for it. Next, I've got Crown Magnetar with Punishment.
Okay.
I really love that. I mean, I like the last album. I thought this EP is a step in the right direction. You can tell they're maturing and they're differentiating themselves from the pack, which in a clogged deathcore scene you have to do. I think it sounds really good. Next, the self-titled EP by Crush Your Soul. I am not a Mind Force fan, admittedly. They're great live, amazing show, showmanship out the wazoo. Not a big fan. This EP I really enjoyed, and then seeing them at FYA really set me over where I was in the back going, I was not expecting this.
Yeah, it's gonna come up again for me.
Big Boy with Love Songs, another band that I saw live and was totally smitten. The fact that they cover a deep cut off of Life of Agony's Ugly to close the EP is brilliant. This is one of those bands they're just fun. They're just fun. And I don't know how I'm going to stay sober during this set because Dan and I have already talked about we're just going to go sit by the bar and in the back of the room just keep chugging and waving as they're playing. And lastly, in my EPs, I have Sin Against Sin, which is offensively heavy. I think you sent this to me.
Yeah.
Offensively heavy. It's only on YouTube, two vocalists. All the live videos I've seen look wild. Really looking forward to seeing them in FYA.
Yeah, gonna be great.
Tim, we're going to talk about near misses. So if you had to rank everything from 1 to 10, what were your near misses? What were your 11 of 15?
All right, in no particular order, I got Great American Ghost with Tragedy of the Commons. That record rules. If you all right, so it's like a more mature metalcore. Not the metalcore these days. It's just like, oh my god, this again.
Here we go.
Yeah, this is the metalcore with the gent influence in it. It's really good, really well produced, really heavy. Songs are just really well written. I love it. It's my near miss.
Okay.
Let's go off each other on these.
Okay. My next one is Spite, New World Killer. I listened to this and I went, wow, this is really good. And then I forgot about it. And then you brought it up. So I went back and listened to it and thought, this is really good. And then I forgot about it a little bit less. And then Dan went in and said, yo, this album is really good. And I listened to it again. And then I finally thought to myself, you keep going back to singing, you keep really enjoying it. Why don't you play it more? It is the perfect gateway deathcore band.
Absolutely.
I do miss the extra guitars. I think it adds a little bit of oof to their sound. That being said, these are the most mature songs they've ever written,
Yeah.
and the album just flows, which I think is fantastic.
Yeah, you nailed it. It's a deathcore gateway band.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. Good deathcore gateway. Not that, well, we're going to talk about that later too. Um, I guess number 14 for me would be A Sky So Black with Touch Heaven. Yeah, man, that came out early in the year. That was the last week of January. That record's perfect. There's just way better stuff for me. It's not bad at all. It's like I said, it's a perfect record. I think they're one of the best bands doing that genre right now. I think they're from Philly. We had them on
Mm-hmm.
earlier in the year before the record came out, so go back and check that out. But yeah, that record is so fucking good, man. It's just there's just other stuff that was better.
Right. Oh, there's other stuff you listen to more.
Yeah.
Next for me, I had Age of Apocalypse with In Oblivion.
Uh
They do that Life of Agony sound, and it's very unique. And I found myself going back to it fairly frequently because it's unique. It scratches a hardcore itch. I actually think the what I would have put in place of this would have been, oh Christ, get old. The newest Jive Bomb album. If I had to swap hardcore for hardcore, it would have been Ethereal, the Jive Bomb album. But this I
yeah.
listened to way more, and I really think it's because of the Life of Agony vocals. It's so unique, it forces me to go back.
I love that record. Yep. Didn't
What do
make
you got
my
next, Tim?
didn't make my mirror misses, but I love that record. Next, I got Soul Blind with Red Sky Morning.
Yo,
Yeah, man,
that album is really good,
really good. It's
really really good.
it's one of the best post grunge records I think I've heard in a long time.
So while we're on this topic, I'm going to bounce and go to mine. My commensurate pick is the self-titled album by Bleed from Texas,
Oh,
which
okay.
is another post-grunge album that I went back to again and again and again and again. What a great, it's a well-written, enjoyable disc.
Yeah, it was between Soul Blind and that new Split Chain record.
Okay.
I just think the Soul Blind is just inches it out a little bit more.
Okay.
That Split Chain record is excellent as well.
I enjoyed that.
Yeah. Next, I have Higher Power with There's Love in This World if you want it. I
Another
remember.
surprise release. What a great album.
Yeah, I remember this came out when I went to the Poconos that week, and I listened to it like every day, every fucking day. Brand is like, didn't we just listen to this? I'm like, zip it,
Shut up. Shut up. We're doing it again.
doing it again. Let me enjoy my drink. And I just
Okay.
next day I did it again and again. So whatever.
My pick, my next pick would have been near on the 11 to 15 would have been Body Box with 3.
Oh,
And I listened to that album a stunning amount this past year,
yeah,
more than the previous stuff that they've done. I really do think Hunter has a golden ear, and he's great at what he does. But this is, we say all the time, most mature. This is the most mature thing they've ever done.
yeah. I listened to that an enormous amount of times as well.
All right, I think we have one left each. Tim, what do you got?
Yeah, my next one is Steppa with Icarus Flight. That record is amazing. I them songs are all earworms. I absolutely love that record. Fucking shout out to them, dude. Seriously, great record, man. I'm
Yeah,
sure it's going to be on a lot of people's top list because it deserves it. It's really good.
yeah. Shout out to those guys. The album is great. Like it's like they didn't miss a beat at all. God bless.
I think they're more new metal now than they were before.
100%.
Honestly. Yeah,
100%. Uh, now you can lean into the sound because it's not necessarily a bad thing. Might as well go
yeah.
for it.
And it's just like earworm after earworm, man. I listened to some of them songs so many times. I forget what the
No,
one song's called, like 76 or something like that, 67 or something like one of them or something. Amazing track, man.
The
But yeah,
boys
then
can the boys can write a hook.
yeah, dude, he can fucking sing, man. Whether he
Hmm.
thinks, I mean, I don't think he thinks he sucks, but he's way better than a lot of people give him credit for, man. Great
There
voice.
there are people touring full time that don't hold a candle to his ability to sing. It's
Yeah,
it's
Blake can fucking sing, dude.
it's the honest truth. My last pick, bare misses in the top 15 is Lonely People with Power, Deaf Heaven. What a phenomenal return to form for them. I really liked New Bermuda. I did. I thought it was very different. The last one got too weird for me, too weirdly black metal, too experimental. It felt like they were trying to find what genre do we fit best in. And this one goes back to the more black metal stuff. There's way more blasting. The songs are a bit longer. I went back. This is another album that I went back and listened to a whole shit ton and kept thinking to myself, "Wow, I didn't think you really listened to that much, but you did."
Yeah, this came up on my free version of Last FM all the time. So,
All right.
yeah.
All right, people, here we go. Here we go. So now we're gonna get into our album of the year section, and we've broken this down. We're doing five in each genre, and we're breaking it up. We created some different buckets for some different genres. So the first bucket we have here is non-extreme music. So what this means is this isn't your metal, your hardcore, your slam, your new metal, your death grind. This is the stuff that's doesn't easily fit into one of those boxes. And we'll bounce back and forth, Tim. What's your I think we're gonna have a lot of the same overlap. I think three out of the five on my list you're gonna have as well. So what's your first one?
Crippling alcoholism with Cam.
Oh, yeah.
It's come on, dude. It's
Uh,
perfect.
it truly is perfect. I really can't wait for them to tour. I am so glad that I gave this to the bartender down in Kansas City. I think this album is great. I don't even know how to describe these guys. They're just a very unique, morose take on rock,
Yeah.
I guess.
Very disturbing.
Yes, very dark. Dark, but not dark in a death heaven way. Dark in a, well, I don't feel so good kind of
Yeah.
way.
Dark
All
in a
right.
chat pile way.
Yeah, without the abrasion and the nightmares. All right, that's your first one. I got that one too. What do you got now, Tim?
I think we're gonna match right here too. Trevor something with the shadow.
I have both his. I gave it a two for the Shadow and the Anima. I I would love to interview this dude. He would never come on. He's very, he keeps his real life identity very quiet. But the last one was so depressing, and it really felt like it was going to be the end note. And then here he comes back with this stuff, which has a little bit more pop sensibility to it.
Yeah, the shadow is unbelievably good.
It's great. It's great to the point where I gave it to the wife and I said, "Hey, this guy put another album out." She opened the door upstairs and she said, "Yo, this is really really good."
It's funny you say that too because I had this on one night and I just look over and I see Brianna's head moving. I'm like, I fucking knew it. It's
Hmm.
that good that even people
Yes.
that don't listen to music, they just were like, oh, this is cool.
Yep. Speaking of same type of vein, go to your next one. I think we're both going to have this as well.
No, it's soft kill it, watch it burn.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Eh, there. So they've had some legal issues. The lead singers had some legal issues. Tim and I were under the assumption, or I was under the assumption, I shared it with Tim, that maybe they were dumping their catalog because they were getting ready to not do anything ever again, and they wanted to clear out what they've got. This album was a surprise drop, and it fits perfectly in their oeuvre.
Yeah, let's add in the Feel This High 2 song single they put out too. Just as
Mm-hmm.
so
Mm-hmm.
I have that as like I have that combined. But yeah, the new song. I knew three of these were gonna match on
Okay,
three.
so what are your next two?
My next one is I'm very surprised at this that you didn't put in there. That new Health record is so fucking good.
Oh, see, it was too late for me, but I
Dude.
love it. I love it.
I listened to it the moment it came out, and then I listened to it Sunday when I was because I had a lot of we got a lot of snow here, man. I was shoveling for like an hour. I listened to that. It took one listen, and I was like, "This is so fucking perfect."
Mm-hmm.
They sped it up a little bit. The production is fucking.
Mm-hmm.
It's I
Yes.
the record before this was in my top last time. This record, yeah, man, it's perfect. I'm gonna listen to this all the time next year. I'm probably gonna listen to it tomorrow just because I have to.
You
Yeah.
are not wrong. So my number four pick, shout out to Adam from Orthodox, Antechamber by Puma Blue. I
Uh,
love what this guy does. I love what this guy does. I really enjoy that singer-songwriter, very mellow type, um that just mellow singer-songwriter acoustic guitar delivery. I really, really enjoy it. And yeah, man, good stuff.
I could have. I knew that was going to be in there. Didn't he put out two records this year?
The second one was either all instrumental or all remixes.
Oh, okay.
Because I
Okay.
remember coming out, I got all excited. I was like, "Oh, what is this?" It's like singles and remixes and that sort of stuff.
All right. Number five. If we did a top 10, just regular top 10, this would have been in there. The new Julian K with Dark Mode is, dude. I listened to that Saturday because I had a
Hmm.
every year we have a party because one of my buddies died in 2006, and he was like he like crushed that was the death that like crushed everybody in my friend group. So
Hmm.
it's a thing called Nate Night every year. This year was his 19th year gone. Next year will be 20. Anyway, I was listening to that before everybody came over again. I listened to it a lot. That band gets better and better and better. I don't know what it is, but them dudes just know how to write an electronic record. There's just something about the songwriting that they do. I just can't put it down. And it's just like some of the songs sound the same. Don't get me wrong. That genre's easy, very easy to sound the same. Songs samey, you know,
Hmm.
songs.
Yeah.
There's something about what they do. It's just perfect to me. Like I said, if we did a top 10, it would have been in there. That's how good I think that record is.
Okay. Okay. My last pick for the top five non-extreme is the Canadian indie band Men I Trust with
Mm.
Ekus Asinus. They did two this year. This
Wow,
was
I'm,
the
I'm
earlier one.
very surprised that's in there.
I really like that lo-fi sort of, it's just guitar, bass, and keyboards with a singer. There's no real percussion. I really, really enjoy it. And the album, the second album that they put out this year, I it didn't stick as well with me, and I think it's because I was so blown away by that first one that it set a bar that I couldn't come up to. But yeah, I found this band by accident on a Spotify shuffle, and I really, really enjoyed it.
Yeah, you sent that to me. I just couldn't get into it. Nothing
Eh,
against him, but I just
no, no,
couldn't.
it's we're going to talk about it later. Our taste diverge in certain places, which is a good thing because it keeps things fresh. So, first question I got for you, Tim. They're going to do a couple questions right now. What trend surprises or continues to surprise you when it comes to the extreme music that we listen to?
Um, Not that it's extreme, but the whole post grunge and new metal movement that just keeps going and going and going. I just think it's getting stronger. I think a lot of you know what I think it is? I think a lot of hardcore kids and like metal kids, they hear this stuff and they're like, I've always wanted to do this, just never had anyone to do it with. Let's do a record. It's like Bleed
Mm-hmm.
and Soul Blind. They're all hardcore kids. They're all kids that were in heavier bands that are just like, dude, like I love Nirvana. I loved
Right,
Pearl Jam. I loved anything like that.
right. A bunch of hardcore kids who grew up loving Soundgarden, and now they want to make shit that sounds like that. Yeah,
It's like me, like I listened to Stone Temple Pilots a lot this year, like Core and all that shit. Them records are so good. I listened to Core today, actually. And
I've been
they're
in
so
a
good, dude.
I've been in a rut where all I've done is listen to the greatest hits album.
Oh,
And the lead off single from Four, Drown,
yeah.
is I'm amazed that the talent that band had, and his voice is just something else. I agree. I'm impressed by the new metal revival. I'm impressed by the post grunge revival. I'm also kind of impressed, I'm not gonna lie, with the resurgence of the internal bleeding type true slam.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
find that really, really interesting. And now you're talking about 15 Rema. We're talking about um what's it called? A Final Resting Place. Even that really dirty, heavy metalcore stuff that we remember from the early to mid aughts, that's come around as well, which I'm stoked for. I'm all stoked for.
Yeah, I could add that in as well. I mean, I think all the genres that we used to love are coming back very, very heavy, and it's really great to see, man, because I get fucking I'm not gonna say this because I'm gonna mention it later, but like you just get sick of the same old shit all the time, and then it's when you get a fresh take on stuff, I just love it, man. We need it.
Fair
You know?
point. Fair point. It's new eyes looking at old things. It really makes a difference. Let's flip this question 180 degrees, Tim. What's the trend you wish you would go away?
Oh my God, I'm so fucking sick of generic deathcore. Enough.
Mm,
Enough with the overproduced blast beating that you can't do live. The double bass shit that you can't pull off live and you're triggering. Enough. There's so I if I put on a band and it's completely over compressed like over compressed blasting and I turn it right off. Get rid of it. I'm done. I can't do it anymore. I just can't do it. There's too many of them and they all sound exactly the same.
in the same vein, for me, it's the gimmick bands that are based around a uh one particular facet of either culture or an idea, or and I don't want to name them because I don't want to narc anybody out, because some of them are actually getting pretty big and touring decently. But I hope that gimmick it's not even slam.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
I hope that kind of goes away and we get back to like being not serious, but everybody's got a gimmick side project now where it's just 808s and beat down rips. And can we move along to the next thing?
It's the same thing with the deathcore thing. Everybody's just doing deathcore. Like, there's only a few bands that stand out, man. The rest of it is just noise to me anymore.
Right. If you're not a Lorna Shore, if you're not a I guess Whitechapel, if you're not a Signs of the Swarm, if you're not a Chelsea Grin, yeah, but now you have bands like Crown Magnets are trying to do their own thing, and they're trying to differentiate their own sound, and Larcenia Row and Awaken Providence, and there's some other bands that are
Warren.
trying to do some different stuff. But that if you're just gonna sound like everybody else's deathcore, it's just take a
Yeah.
beat, listen to some classical music, and find your next approach. All right, Tim.
And I have one more thing to add to that enough of is the overproduced fucking Disney metalcore shit. Enough. Get stop.
Oh, it's too clean. It's aggravating.
Stop. I'm done with it, man. That's another thing. If I turn it on, I hear one riff, I go, nope, generic metalcore, get it out of my face.
See, I
Enough.
at least give it five. I give it at least the first song, and I go, like,
Dude, I get 10 seconds in the deathcore and I go, nope, recycle bin. You hear the recycle bin noise in my head. Done. Enough. I can't take it
Jesus,
anymore.
Jesus. So, all right, here we go. Top five metal albums, Tim. What do you got?
Okay. I'm going to consider this metal because I didn't know where else to put it. The new Thornhill record is
Okay.
almost my record of the year. I think it's that good. I'm gonna say it's in the metal genre because I didn't know where else to put it, and it's heavy as shit. But at the same time, it's you know what I'm talking about. It's
Mm-hmm.
where else to put it. But it's I think that record might be my most listened to record of the year. If
Okay.
if because it came out earlier than other stuff, it's
Mm-hmm.
definitely my most listened to record of the year. It's definitely the record where I love every song on it. I don't skip one song. I probably can sing every song of it because I've listened to it so many times. Um, Probably the best Australian band of all time, in my opinion. Um, yeah, that record is monumental stuff for me. That's how good I think it is.
Okay. Okay. My number five, and like you, I'm gonna put it here. I'm not really sure if it fits perfectly, but I think this is where I put it. Amen by the band Igor.
Oh yeah, that band.
I every time their albums come out, I'm surprised at how much I listen to them because they're kind of bonkers. I'm sorry, let me rephrase. They're absolutely bonkers. But I love everything they do. I love the instrumentation. I love the experiments that they run. I love the bold moves that they make. I think it's very, very different and very interesting. And I don't know if I'd go see it live. I don't know if I'd go see it live, but I really like everything that they do.
Yeah, that record. I listened to that a couple times and like it didn't really catch me like it did you, but
Well,
it's
it's more my vein than your vein. Yeah.
yeah, it's fucking bonkers, like you said. It's out of control crazy. I mean, the
Yeah.
amount of genres mixed in there is fucking crazy, out of control.
The Middle Eastern stuff and the European stuff. It's nuts. All right, Tim, who you got next?
Number two for metal albums of the year is Whitechapel with Hymns and Dissonance. Holy shit, man. Now, okay, you want to call this deathcore? Go ahead, whatever. It's perfect.
I think they've transcended that. They're not deathcore anymore. Like this is a metal album.
Yeah, it's perfect. It's
I,
literally perfect.
I'll stay in this vein. That's my pick for metal album of the year. I'll bounce around now on my list. Whitechapel, Hymns of Dissonance. I saw the tour. I was completely blown away. Saw them open for Lorna Shore, and I was the first time I'd ever seen them live, and I was completely like, "What?" And then we did that reaction vid for what was the one song that they did, the first single off the album, and it was totally banana pants.
Yeah.
And again, I have now owned like three t-shirts from this band, two long sleeves, a hoodie. I think this was the best album that came out this year in the metal world. The fact that they are OG deathcore guys, been around 20 plus years, and they're still putting out bangers, and their live show was sick. Bless up, bless up.
Yeah, I think in the deathcore genre, this is the band that you have to follow. This is the converge of deathcore, or you get
Agreed.
this is the. Am I saying that right?
Yeah, yeah. This is the
This is
convergent
the
deathcore.
this is
Yes.
the converge of deathcore. This is the band that everybody needs to sit back and go, how do we become that good?
Mm-hmm. And
I mean,
then
they
start
just
practicing.
like how do you're like 20 years into it and you put out a record that's that good? It doesn't
Mm-hmm.
happen. And
Mm-mm.
it only happens with a couple other bands that you'll hear during this episode, but like it just doesn't happen, dude.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
record is another. I'm gonna keep saying this word, but this is our top albums here. It's fucking perfect. It's literally perfect.
It is a banger, 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 banger.
Yeah.
What do you got next, Tim?
Ooh, number three, Death Heaven with Lonely People of Power.
Okay.
Give it to me. Give me all the blast beats. I love it. What made me love this album even more, I listened to his interview on Craig Reynolds' podcast, and it made the band make even more sense. I think that dude's awesome. He's got a super cool personality. It's funny too because like I listen to the band and I see him on stage. I've never seen him live, unfortunately. I see him on stage, and to me in my head, I just go, "That dude's probably a douchebag." I listened to the interview. I was like, "Oh, I love this record. I'm gonna listen to the interview." The dude's super cool, laid back, chill,
Hmm.
doesn't have an ego. Was basically just like, dude, I just love to play music. I love black metal. I love this. I love that. So,
Hmm.
I mean,
And
just
the
doing
hipster
record.
fans made you form an opinion. We were like, oh, this guy's gonna be a fucking weirdo. It's like Tool.
One
Tool
hundred
has
percent.
ruined the band for everybody. And then Maynard comes out and starts stomping on grapes, and it's just a fucking
Yeah,
terrible look.
yeah, but 100%, dude. I got the whole hipster thing. Drew me off. The dude's super nice. I would love to talk to the dude. I mean, Craig did a good interview. I think he's a pretty good interviewer, actually. And he did an interview where he was just like, dude, like you're one of my favorite bands. I love your lyrics. They basically just went down what the lyrics meant, and just listening to that, I was like, man, this dude is super cool, actually. So, hey, man, not that you're listening, but if you are, I totally judged a book by its cover. I shouldn't have. I learned from it. Dude's super cool. I love the record. It's definitely in my top. If we did a top 10, it would have been in there.
Fair. That's fair. I'm completely out of order now because I started with five, then I went to number one. So just randomly, I'm going to pick off my list. Next one I have here is the surprise pick. You're going to be stunned by this one. Spirit World with Hell Dorado.
Wow. Okay.
I listened to this album an offensive amount. I like the country western bit that they add to it. I think that it's well written, it's well produced. It's not overproduced, but it's clean in the sense of there's not like random shit thrown in and samples and stuff to make you thrown off it. It's a metal album and it moves. And I thought they were really fun live. I like their whole aesthetic, that whole, desert cowboy,
Yeah.
zombie shit, whatever. I listened to this album a lot when I look through my plays and I'm like, it's got to be on the list. It's got to
Yeah.
be
You
on
know
the
what?
list.
I'm actually not surprised this is in there because you like that quirky, weird stuff sometimes. But I remember,
You're right. It scratches an itch.
yeah, it does for you. And Stu's a really nice dude. I've interviewed him a couple times. Yeah, he's a nice dude. I've seen them live with you actually, and they were cool live. They don't really. I like the
Yeah,
older stuff actually more than the newer stuff.
that's fair. That's
Yeah.
fair. What else you got, Tim?
Number five for me is Sanguisugabogg with Hideous Aftermath. That
This
record
is
is
on
absolutely crushing.
this is on my list as well. And I was debating, do I put this in the metal section, but them getting Kurt Ballou to produce it definitely has shifted this band to a more death metal type sound.
You
They are
nailed it.
offensively heavy live,
Yep.
which is great. And I actually do think I like the early stuff, like Dead as Shit, and that this shows they're actually starting to write songs, and all the features make sense that they have on the album. And I I dig it. I really, really, really dig it. They were really, really fun live. It was the next to last show of the tour, and I think Devin Swank's voice was kind of going, but they put on a wild show. They put on a
Yeah,
wild show.
this is the record that I proudly fucking blast when the windows can be down because it's that good.
Mm-hmm.
I just
Mm-hmm.
love getting them looks from people. I blasted what I
And the
what
production is thick.
yeah. When I drive, sometimes I'll take back roads home. And when I take back roads home from where I work, I drive through Collegeville. Not the town Collegeville, but I call it Collegeville because it's like two colleges on the way home. It's Swarthmore College, and I forget the other one. And it's all fucking yuppies walking around. And as soon as I get to Collegeville, my windows are down, and the people walking around are like, "Oh,
Yeah. What is that? That's not Kendrick Lamar.
dude, I love the looks." But not just to piss people off, but that record is. I think the whole Kurt Ballou thing was perfect. He made them dudes really good. I mean, when that single came out, I was blown away.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, this is what I need from this band right here, and
Mm-hmm.
I love it, man. Great record.
What's the last one, Tim? We got one more each.
Rivers of Nile, what they're self-titled.
It's fair.
You knew that was coming.
Yeah, I knew it was coming. You're big on these guys.
I really thought that they were gonna miss a beat with what's his name leaving as a singer, but I forget his name. Is it Blake? Maybe the bassist stepped up to sing. They're
Mm-hmm.
just as good. I actually think I really don't miss the old singer. I mean, Where Owls Know My Name is one of my favorite metal records of all time, but this record is super. It's just well written, man.
I'm going to go back and listen to that because I listened to it once and I remember enjoying it. I remember enjoying it, and I remember thinking to myself, this is not what I really was expecting.
Yeah,
But I'll go back and give it another spin.
yeah, it's good, man. I really think that I don't really like using that matured thing all the time, but it's definitely a mature record where like Where Owls Know My Name was like I listened to that year it came out, it was like literally every day. I thought it was that good. This record wasn't an everyday one for me, but dude, this band is just special to me, man. They write some from their old stuff, their first one to this, it's just they don't miss.
And they're still a touring, like,
Yeah,
recording band, right? Right.
yeah, they're on Metal Blade, I think. Yeah,
Good for them. Good for them. My last pick, this shouldn't be a surprise to anybody who's listened to the show more than once, To Rid Myself of Truth, Signs of the Swarm.
yeah, I knew that was
It
coming.
was a back and forth with this and Whitechapel, but I actually listened to the Whitechapel album more. I really, really liked Amongst the Low and Empty. That was my metal pick of the year, the one that when the last Sots album came out. This one, they started releasing the singles, and I went, oh, jeez. I guess they're just trying to prove that the last one wasn't a fluke and they can own it. But this is, I'm actually going to go back and listen to it in the morning. This is a great album. If you like, it's basically the technicality of Origin mixed with some of the deathcore blasty type stuff that we really
Good
enjoy.
death.
I I think this album is great, and if Whitechapel had not have released that album, this would have been my number one pick.
I'm not surprised at all. I could have thought I knew Whitechapel was your favorite metal, but I'm not surprised that this isn't there either.
It was close. I was sitting there making this list, and I was stank facing it. Just shit, which one? It's got to be. And I looked at the plays, and it's got to be Whitechapel. We're gonna
That's
ship.
what the Sang Subag record does. It gives me the stank face. I listen to it. I'm like, oh,
Yeah, yeah. You just sitting here
mm,
looking like you got to load in your pants.
yeah.
So next question for you, Tim. We're gonna switch it up a bit. What were the biggest disappointments for you this year, if any?
Oh, I got three.
Okay, so do I. Okay, go first.
The first one is that new Pale Face record.
I Yep.
Yeah, I kind of figured that would be your pick, one of your picks.
I
It's just, oh,
it's so here's it's not a terrible album. It's not a terrible album. But you can't put out a single like Please End Me, which is heavy and moshy and take the shit and throw it off your desk and punch somebody. And then they switched it up with almost the 80s ballad train type
yeah.
stuff towards the end of the album. Not terrible, not what I want to hear from Paleface. And while I get you want to experiment, and I mean, hey, the one trend we haven't seen come back is fucking hair metal. So maybe if they own it, things will go wild. But I am, as much as I love this band, I was immensely disappointed by this
Me
album.
as well. I feel the same way. It just didn't click it for me at all. I listened to it and I was just like, I don't need to listen to that ever again.
Which, so let's do the put a pin in this. When we're going to talk about the upcoming albums that we're most excited about, they have an EP coming out in January, and I'm very curious to see where it goes because maybe it's kind of fast. I mean, they just put out the album in January, now they got another EP coming out. Maybe they went back in the studio and they realized it was sort of a misstep, or maybe they're going to double down on that sound. Who knows? Who knows? But I'm very curious to see it.
I'm very curious as well, and I think you're right. I think they're gonna because I don't many people did not talk about this record at all.
Mm-mm.
So
And it
I
was
think
out early in the year. This was like week 2 of January.
yeah, absolutely. 100% agree. My number 2 for me is Tetrarch with the ugly side of me. Absolutely love that band. This record just didn't do it for me. I love the singles they put out were good, but the songs just bleed into one another.
Mm.
There's just nothing about it that was inspiring for me. I mean, Freak, their first record, I listen to constantly. Love that record. The second one is great. But the third one, it's just like there's something with it where it just meshes all together. It feels like one big song. I mean, there's nothing that really differentiates for me where I'm like, oh, that's great. It's just one bled song together,
Mm.
and it was
Hmm.
very disappointing. Nothing against the band. I love the band. I'll listen to the record again. It just doesn't do it.
Right. It just didn't do it for you. For me, my number 2 on my list, the newest Kardashev album.
Oh
I
wow.
was really, really disappointed by that. The last one was so unique with the clean vocals and some of the classical type stuff, and you could tell that they were off doing their own. I mean, almost like back to Asteroid. There was almost some Asteroid notes in there where they were going warp speed. This one just didn't do enough to differentiate itself from the rest of the stuff in that Metal Blade. I think they're Metal Blade, that Metal Blade
Yeah.
type pack. And uh, anyway, sometimes you get a dud album. Maybe it didn't just land well for them. Maybe they were rushed. I don't know, but it didn't stick the way I wanted it to stick.
Yeah, I would agree actually. I think about half of that record is good. The rest of it, I kind of feel like it was a little rushed in a
Mhm.
sense. Absolutely love the last record, like you said. I think that's really, really genius record, and I was really looking forward to this one. It didn't make my disappointed list. It really could, so I'll add it in there. But yeah, I definitely agree with what you said. And my last one, I don't know how you're gonna feel about this one. The new Sleep Token just doesn't do it for me, man. I don't
I'm
know what it is about it. It just doesn't do anything for me. I kind of think they blew their load on the record before, and I kind of think like that sound, it's cool. Don't get me wrong, it's cool. It's a cool sound. I seen this dude make a comment like, "Yeah, Disfiguring the Goddess did it better and first," and I was like, "Yeah, you're kind of right, actually."
I I don't disagree. I thought the album was good, but I thought it was trending a little bit more. It was definitely had the hard edges buzzed off a little bit in the sense of trying to. I don't know if they were purposely trying to transcend it and get a bigger audience. It's not bad, but it's never going to be not the last album, not the album before that. It's Sundowning. It's never going to be Sundowning, which
100%.
was
Like
truly
sugar and stuff, and yeah.
yes, yes.
So I think the one thing is, I think they got too big too fast. I think they rushed this record out because they were too big too fast. They got even bigger when the record came out. And don't get me wrong, I don't see anything wrong with how big they are.
Right,
I think
right.
it's great to get other people into metal. If this is their gateway band, completely cool with me.
Bless up, yeah.
But I think they rushed it, and I think they got too big too quick for them. I don't think they were even expecting it that big that quick.
No, no.
It's
I
just
mean,
my
they went
opinion.
from in 3 or 4 years, they played the Union Transfer to the Met to the Wells Fargo Arena.
Yeah, they're going to be playing arenas the rest of their life.
Right.
That's how big they got that quick.
And again, bless up. That good for you. You know what? I'm gonna go back and listen to it again because I remember enjoying it, but not enjoying it enough to say, "Yo, this is amazing. I need to go see it live."
Hmm.
My last one on this, you thought I was going to disagree with your last pick. I think you're going to disagree with mine. My last pick for the disappointments is the newest Fleshwater.
Wow.
I
Okay.
didn't like the change in sound, however small it was. My ear picked up on it. I thought you're 100% in saying that her vocals are way more upfront in the mix. However, I think I liked them a little bit further back in the mix where there was almost like a fuzz
Yeah.
to the sound. Uh, not it's not bad. It is a good album. I've listened to it quite a bunch, but for whatever reason, maybe it's because the newness wore off. It was unexpected. It just didn't grab me. And I say this, and I know there's a lot of fans, so shout out to Fleshwater. Please bring back Vane.
Yeah.
Just bring back Vane. I love Fleshwater, but bring back Vane.
I agree. Bring back Vane. I love Fleshwater, but bring back Vane.
We need the truly barely controlled insanity that was a Vane set. Tim, we're gonna start wrapping it up here. We're heading towards the end, so let's go to top 5 hardcore albums of the year.
Oh, let,
And
let
this
me.
must have been tough for you because you're not a big hardcore fan. So what did you come up with?
My first one is on your list, Gridiron with Poetry from Pain.
That's my hardcore album of the year. Yeah.
They are the E Town of the new hardcore, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm. And
I
I
absolutely
think
love the record.
because you're a hip hop guy, we're both new metal guys. That hip hop cadence delivery, for whatever reason, it sits in the ear.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's great. I listened to that a unhealthy amount of times when it came out. I think it's great. There's one song on there where I just can't stand. I think it's like track 3, where it's like,
Nobody.
it sounds like a circus fucking song.
It's the song that sounds like the CKY song. Burn,
Yeah,
burn.
yeah. I
Nobody
can't
likes
stand
that
it.
song. I fucking love it. I'm sorry.
I can't stand it. I skip it every time, but I love that record.
All right.
So I guess we'll just go to number 2 because I
Yeah.
know it's on your list. Number 2 is Sin Against Sin. That demo is so fucking good. Absolutely love it.
I'm very, very curious to see the response they get at FYA. Very curious.
Dude, that came out and I was like, holy shit, is real hardcore back finally? Because
Mm,
to me, it's real hardcore. In my
mhm.
opinion, it's the hardcore that I want. You know what I mean?
Fair, fair.
Go ahead.
So we already did Gridiron. It's number 2 on my list. Fox Lake with New World Heat. Again, that hip hop type delivery. This album I go back to so many times. I really enjoy it. It's it's
Well, you
probably
consider this a hardcore record?
I mean it's probably closer to metal or metalcore, but here's the thing. With that hip hop cadence, you're putting it in the same vein as Gridiron. So that's how and another guy who does hip hop sort of delivery is going to show up on this list,
Yep.
but that's where I put it.
Let's go right to that. It's Bayway with for
Yeah. Yo, you know how many times I catch myself walking around the house going that New Jersey chant at the end of the first song? Unbelievable.
it's
Unbelievable.
called the Recipe, right?
Yes, Recipe Volume 1. Yep.
Yeah, I knew that was going to be on your list as well. That's a great record. I honestly think the older EPs I like a lot better from Bayway. But yeah, I love the response them dudes are getting. I love how big how quick they're getting. Like it's cool to
Hmm.
see, man. Especially since they're like a local kind of people. But yeah, the record's great, man. And I love the production on it. It's not too over the top. It sounds crisp. It's got a good kick to it. I love it, man.
What are your last two, Tim?
Number 4 is Scarab with Burn After Listening.
That was a near miss for me. Near
Wow. Yeah.
miss.
That gets in, it kicks the shit out of you, and it gets out. I love it.
And it's definitely in the vein of the angry hardcore that I like
Yeah.
that really abrasive kind of
Very
metalcore-ish
angry.
almost stuff. Yeah, very, very, very good. That was a near miss for me. It got beaten out by one of the bands I'm going to talk about. And what's your last one?
My last one, I didn't have it written down, but you actually mentioned it, and then I said, "Oh yeah, it came out early, and I absolutely loved it." It's Crush Your Soul. That
Okay,
really
okay,
good stuff, man. I like them way better than Mind Force. I think that EP was great.
agreed, agreed. So my final two, no surprise, I guess for this, even though people are going to hate it, Never Enough by Turnstile. I,
Oh no,
I,
I actually enjoyed
I,
that.
I truly enjoy what they're doing with their sound, just doing new and different things. And the fact that they're still hardcore kids. They played that free show in Maryland and like 10,000 people showed up or whatever. Like, that is nuts. That is nuts.
Yeah.
So kudos to them. I hope they keep getting big because they're going to bring a whole new crop of people into this genre and they're going to help. It's going to help it grow. The last pick for me for hardcore, not a surprise, Near Death Travel Services by Dead Guy. It is like
Yeah.
they literally came off the road for Fixation on a Coworker, went into the studio, and this is what came out. It is the pitch perfect, picture perfect, note for note, legitimate successor to the last album. It goes right where you wanted it to go.
Yeah, I gotta hold on one second. Keep talking for a second. I'm gonna I'm gonna stop my video for a second because I have to take these sweatpants off. I'm dying. So keep
All
talking.
right, I'll vamp it. So everybody knows I'm a big fan of Dead Guy. They were the one band that I got to see them live in WSOU at the 10th anniversary birthday bash in Asbury back in what was that, 96. And big fan. But this album is great. The singles that they put out in the run up, you thought to yourself, this sounds like they're carrying the sound forward. I wonder if they were gonna nail it. And they fucking nailed it. They nailed it. So I'm glad that whatever problems they had in the past, they've got sorted out. This album is great. They played all over the place. They're doing a lot more shows now and a little bit more touring. Good for Dead Guys. Shout out to New Jersey.
Yeah, I seen this on a lot of people's lists this year as their number one record, and I wasn't surprised. I really enjoyed that record. It just didn't really like. Don't get me wrong, Fixation is an incredible record. I just didn't listen to it enough. I think,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, the songs are great, man. I think that's one of them comeback records that you're just like, I'm not surprised how good it is.
Exactly. Well said. I'm not surprised that it is as good as it is. I should.
Yeah.
I don't know why I even thought I would be. Question for you, Tim. Now that we've done our top five hardcore, what trends are coming around the corner?
Oh, one more thing I totally forgot till we just started talking about that new Fatal Consequences EP that I sent you for hardcore.
Mm-hmm.
I
Mm-hmm.
don't know how I forgot that, but yeah, that's on my hardcore. That shit's great. I what's coming back to me, or what I think's coming back, is that the question?
Yeah.
I've been noticing this year that I feel like for the longest time I felt like hip hop just got really stale for me. Like hardcore got so stale I just couldn't listen to it anymore.
Mhm.
I kind of feel like hardcore's coming back where like you're getting that old school flavor. Like some of the bands I met, like the Sin Against Sin and the Fatal Consequences stuff, like that's the shit I want to hear. You know what I mean? To me, and this started happening like 5 months into the year, like hip hop is coming back. You're not hearing. I think a lot of hip hop rap artists are listening to the stuff coming out now, and they're going, "What happened to what happened to the old school flavor of hip hop? It was gone for a long time, man. You had shit like Lil Wayne and all that garbage that people think is good. Drake, this shit is not hip hop, dude. Like, don't tell me Drake is hip hop or like people or Kendrick
No,
Lamar.
he's
Great, no,
garbage. He's
I'm
just
sorry,
hot
dude.
garbage.
I can't do the Drakes and all that shit. Like, Nas did this thing this year with Mass Appeal where he's putting out 5 records, and it was like Mob Deep. It was Nas just put out one. Raekwon did one. All that stuff. And I listened to all these records. I'm like, fucking finally, hip hop is coming back with the
Mhm.
nasty beats and like the good flows over it. The shit that makes your head bob, not the garbage. I can't take it
Oh,
anymore.
it's terrible. Hip hop really did hit a gutter.
It hit
So
a
yeah.
gutter, man. Like it's just people just like I can't stand hip hop that has great beats but garbage vocals over it. Like I'm enough
Mhm.
fucking hey yeah, and they're fucking swinging guns in the air. I don't want to hear that shit, man. Enough. We know you have guns that you can't shoot correctly. You couldn't even hit a barn fucking 3 feet away with your stop.
Mhm.
Couldn't hit a barn 3 feet away. Stop pointing like enough.
Yeah. Yeah.
The other crazy thing I see is there's a lot of white dudes that are putting records out that can fucking rap. I see that all the time now, and I'm just super surprised. Like, nothing against white dudes rap. I don't care. If you want to rap and you're good at it, that's awesome. Don't get me wrong. Hip hop and rap is a black man's genre. It always has been, and that's where
Mhm.
all of the good MCs come from.
The
Nothing,
best. Yeah,
nothing
the
to do
best
with race.
MCs.
Yeah,
Yep.
it's nothing to do with race. I'm not one of them dudes. Whatever. It's just like, white dudes were always like, Like,
Eminem was more the exception than the rule.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. But like, I kind of feel like there's a lot of white dudes that are mixing in with the black dudes, and they're all getting together. It just hip hop's coming back, man. I'd fucking love to see it because like, I know we do a hardcore pod or a new metal hardcore podcast, but I listen to hip hop probably 60% of the time, honestly. If we're being honest, I listen to hip hop 55%, 60% more than I do anything else.
I listen to the other different stuff as well. Yeah, you can't
Yeah.
listen to metal all the time. You become a sociopath.
I'm a huge hip hop fan. I make beats all the time. I don't really post them because I'm not trying to impress anyone or like, hey, here's my stuff. Like I should because me and my buddy make really cool stuff and but like I'm just been always into hip hop, man. I grew up into it and it just never went away. And I'm just loving seeing all the shit coming back, dude. The grimy beats are back and you know, I just need a beat that's like 80 beats per minute and not 168 beats per minute. You know what I mean? I don't want
Right,
to hear that shit, dude.
right, right.
I also
No,
grew up
I got
at
you.
a time where like hip hop was in its golden age, kind of not 80s golden age. People will say 80s is golden, but like 90s hip hop, dude, you can't fuck with it. You can't
Hmm.
fuck with 90s hip hop.
It's that we could go down that rabbit hole and then start talking about the influence of P Diddy and what he was doing back then and
Yeah.
bring out the baby oil. What do I think is coming next? I actually think that next you're going to see. I could be an asshole and say the Renaissance ska's coming back, but I don't think it is. I think you're going to see more and more genre bending to the point where you're going to have someone create something so weird and so unique and so new that everybody just kind of stops and goes, I don't know what to make of this, but I like it. And I think to use a reference, Empty Shell Casing is probably a step of the way there,
That's a
step or
good
two
call.
of the way there, where somebody's going to combine stuff. I came across this other band, Tunnel Jumper, which they do kind of slam mixed with hardcore, mixed with mosh, mixed with new metal, a bunch of different stuff. Uh, I think we're eventually going to find a band who does something so bonkers and so unique that you're going to go, I don't know how to describe this. And your first listen, you're going to go, I don't even know if I like it. And then 5 listens later, you're going to go, this is the best thing I've heard in my life. Why we need more of this? I
I
think
kind
that's
of
coming.
I kind of think we got that a little bit. I kind of think we got that a little bit with Sleep Token in a way where like they mash them two genres together, the metal and like the poppy sound and stuff. But
Okay.
I get where you're going with this, where like people are, it's gonna be like it's kind of like Candiria mix like the jazz with the like hardcore.
Yes, yes. Somebody's going to do something really, really unique and it's going to blow up because it's just going to hit all the right notes in the right places that people are going to go, oh, wow, this is something.
Yeah, and I kind of think you're right in that case too, because like it's so easy to produce music nowadays, like in your basement, in your fucking bedroom. You could do
Hmm.
go in your bathroom and do it if you really wanted to, honestly.
Right.
Set up your laptop in your toilet and play guitar in the fucking tub, and it's gonna sound exactly the same.
But Bucket's the drummer, the guy with the horse mask. So,
But yeah,
Tim,
I mean, I don't disagree with what you're saying at all, dude.
I think that that's where it's going, and we've gotten rid of the stigma of liking ska and liking um new metal, and it truly has that stigma's gone. It's like, yo, that's what I grew up listening to. I don't want to fucking hear your boomer opinion. And we've reached there. So, what do you think, Tim? Next chunk we have was a mixed bag. It was metalcore, slam, new metal. It was basically everything left over in the extreme section. What do you got here for these?
All right, so number one is Peeling Flesh with PF Radio 2.
Yep, it was on mine.
I mean, come on, dude. It's great. It's perfect. It's heavy as hell. The slow down one rules.
The slower one is great.
Yeah,
It's great.
I think I've seen a lot of people saying like, "Oh, this is fucking stupid." Nah, dude, it's cool. I
No,
mean,
that
it's not that much noticeably different, but if you listen to it, it is, and I really think it worked. I think a lot of bands are gonna do that nowadays. That they're gonna put out remixes of slower. I think
I
that kind of
they,
made a thing right now. It
yes.
hasn't happened yet, but I think people are gonna just start doing that.
And they've always had that hip hop influence. They've had DJs, they've had rappers on their stuff, so it makes sense for them to the quote unquote chopped and screwed versions. I think we're going to see more of that. I put Peeling Flesh and Snuffed on side at the top of that slam pile.
Yeah,
These are bands that have made it commercially friendly where you don't have to be into the genre, into the band, just that type to really go, yo, I fuck with this. This is good.
yeah. They should put out a demanufacture slowered, and it'll be the heaviest thing you've ever heard.
Could probably turn it into some wild hip hop beats then I think about it. All right, Tim, what do you got next?
Number two, I have Orthodox with the door left open.
This is the album that I fast forward the least.
Yeah.
Meaning, I put it in and it starts playing, and I go through the entire album, and then I go back to the beginning and I do it again. The album that came closest to this I can think of in recent memory is People Watching by 156 Silence. I did the same
Yep.
thing, or the last Cane Hill album, where it would come on and I would listen to the whole thing, and then I would go back and listen to the whole thing and not fast forward anything. Shout out to Mike and Shiloh and Austin um and Adam and Ben. The all This is a fucking great record. It is a great record. It is the best thing they've ever done. It is the most abrasive thing they've ever done. And Adam's vocals just took it to another level. And again, this is the album that I fast forward. I don't fast forward through one song. It goes all the way through.
Yeah. And I'm not just being a homer. This is the best record in metalcore of the year. It's the best record on metalcore
Yeah.
in
Yes. Yes.
like I said,
Yes.
not being a homer because we love Adam, we're friends with him. I'll tell him, I've told him straight. I've told him before, dude, you guys have it. I mean, there's no surprise they're on Century. There's no surprise that they tour 3 times a year and they just get bigger. It's because the record is that fucking good.
They've stayed on the road, and the record is good. Like the record is good. Like you can't. I mean, you could be the biggest road dog. You could have the best merch. You could have an awesome live show. If your record isn't good, you're gonna get lost. And they're hitting for the cycle. They're hitting for the cycle. So
If we
I'm.
did a straight top 10, this is number 3 for me. That's how good
Oh,
it is.
we're gonna talk about that last. Gun to your head. What's the album of the year? But this is definitely up there for me. What do you got next, Tim? Now that we've got two of the same ones.
Number 3, I put this in here because of the new influence. It's Bleed.
Okay.
Record's perfect. I think that was my most anticipated record of the year, and it did not disappoint. I think it's perfect. I think they're going to be one of the next big things, and I can't wait to. I think that's my most anticipated band to interview. Honestly, I want to get them on next year somehow.
Yeah, well, we might as well reach out. I love that album. We talked about it earlier. It was a near miss for me. I loved it. I absolutely love it. I go, this is the post grunge album I go back to most this year.
Yeah, that opening track with the turntables and shit, amazing stuff, man.
So we've covered three so far. So number three for me, it is Gut Rectomy with Angst.
Right? Yeah, record's great.
I mean, this is we all know how I love Stupid Slam. Again, K9 was the best single for me for the year. For me, some of this stuff can sound derivative. I don't care. You don't have to. It's like the singer from Skeletal Remains says, "Yo, I really like listening to Bolt Thrower. I really like listening to Bolt Thrower. Why would I not make music that sounds like Bolt Thrower? Because it's a music I want to listen to." I
Exactly.
use that to say I really like Dumb Slam. Why would I not really enjoy Dumb Slam? Like,
Yeah, I listen to that record a lot. It just didn't make my list. Great
fair
record.
enough. Fair enough. What do you got next? We got two left each.
Body Box with 3.
Okay. Okay.
Absolutely
Funny
love
how
it.
you and I have a lot of the same picks in the same area. They're just
Yeah,
falling in different places.
absolutely love that record. I thought it was genius. The production is out of control good. The snare is so good on that record. I was just like, love it. Some of the sound clips are great. The vocals are great. Yeah, I think it's their best record. Love it.
Okay. I have number four for me is Killing of a Sacred Deer, A
Cool.
Visage of the Mangled Body. This is Coulter from who's also in the next band that I'm going to talk about. I love this. It's a two-man project, and I really think it's really well done. I mean, you could put for Slam 2025, we're going to do like it's high school yearbook. You've got Peeling Flesh, you've got Gut Rectomy, you've got Crown Magnetar, you've got Killing of a Sacred Deer, you've got Drown Under Concrete, which is Hunter's other side piece.
Yeah.
And I'll lead into my last pick, Cycle Frame,
Yep,
right?
that's
Salvation
fine.
Lapse in the Face of a Grieving Mother. Moth. All those bands, some are like one-man projects, some are two-man projects, some are foreign stuff. All of them were all solidly right in the cut of give me some really solid, smart slam. And it works. It works.
Yeah.
And some of them are a little bit more deathcore-y, some of them are a little bit more experimental, some of them have almost the Gothenburg type riffing. I, I love all of these albums. I thought they were all great. All great.
Yeah, it's really a testament to Hunter if he's listening to this. Dude, three of your projects made my list. I
Yeah,
mean, come on,
right?
dude. I mean, you got Body Box, you got Psycho Frame, and you got Mood Ring. I mean, and
Yeah.
that's just being a homer because we know him as well. That's not, I'm like, we're not like homies or whatever, but like the dude just writes good stuff. He's got a good ear.
He's got an ear.
Production's great.
Yes.
Him and his production team are great. I mean, the dude is just fucking talented. And I'm sorry, like, hey, you guys want to say, oh, well, you guys, we're home, whatever, dude. I don't really care. Like, the dude just puts out good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That
Mm-hmm.
Psycho Frame is, dude. I mean, that's master class deathcore right there.
Yeah, and the talent they have in that room. Mike from Vatican and Leo from Worm Shepherd and Coulter from Killing of a Sacred Deer and Serration and World of Pleasure and Mortality Rate. Yeah.
If you're a drummer, go look at Leo's Instagram page. I love when people are like, "That's not really you playing them blast beats," and he just like puts the camera up and he's just like, "Da-da-da-da-da." And you're
He
like,
literally looks in the camera like,
"Yeah,
and then he goes back
you."
and he's off. Yes.
And you know how you know he's gonna be good because he's like a skinny dude, and he just like rips it like nothing. Like that dude makes
Yes.
it look so easy. I watch
Yes.
his videos and I'm just like, how? I love it.
How do you actually do this? Needless
What
to say,
what
I think
band was he in before?
he was the drummer for Worm Shepherd.
That's right, Worm Shepherd. Yep.
Who apparently they found a new singer, and Trey is starting to write music for them again. He was their guitarist who did a lot of their stuff. So I don't know. We'll see where that one goes. The lead singer was kind of he got caught up in some weird sort of shit, and I don't know. Maybe you come back from that stuff. I don't know. It's the world is changing. So let's do this, Tim. We Now we're gonna break for a little bit. This is something we've never done before. I'm gonna give you the floor to say what are your top five rap and hip hop albums of this year.
I love that you did this. Honestly,
Well, you and I have different tastes. We need to showcase it a little bit because maybe there's other people who like hip hop, and I'm going to do EDM and electronic music. Maybe there's some people who really like that.
yeah, I love that you did this. It was my favorite thing to write down for this episode. All right, my top five hip hop. Mass Nas did the mass appeal thing, and he did five record thing. I think it was five, maybe six. I don't remember when this came out in the releases. It doesn't matter. But Mob Deep put out a new record called Infinite. Obviously, Prodigy passed.
Hmm.
Had some stuff that Alchemist had. If you don't know who Alchemist is, you're living under a rock at this point. He had some verses that they never used, or some of them they kind of used, that kind of thing.
Hmm.
So him and Havoc produced the record. They took his vocals. Havoc did all his stuff. Dude, the record is so good. I mean, Mobb Deep is my favorite hip hop group of all time. It's nobody comes close. I mean, maybe there might be one other I can name, but like nobody comes close. I think Infamous is the best hip hop record of all time. Nothing is better than Infamous. I don't care what anyone says. Murder Music comes in second for me, but like I just love
Okay.
everything Mobb Deep has done. That Infinite record was what I needed this year. It's great. Number two, we got a Philly rapper called OT the Real with the Devil You Know. That dude is one of the most talented white dudes I've ever heard in my life. The beats are on point. I mean, just the way he raps is like it's hard to explain the way he raps, but like he's like a storyteller kind of dude. And I think that like he's probably the best white rapper other than R.A. the Rugged Man. I think he might be the best white rapper of all time.
Okay.
And I'm not an Eminem dude at all. I don't really care for Eminem at all. I'm not saying he's a bad rapper. It just doesn't do it for me, Eminem. If I'm gonna listen to anything Eminem wise similar, it's R.A. the Rugged Man. I don't know if you know who R.A. is, but yeah, he's great. Number three, this dude's from Rochester. He just put out a record a couple months ago called Vulgar Display of Power 2. There's a dude, his name's Blizz from Juice, Bilzz, another white dude.
Okay.
Fucking disgusting, just gutter beats and lyric. I love this shit, man. Anything gangster like that where they just don't like you know how Onyx came out and they were just like gutter and it was just always the same
Hmm.
raps over and over. This dude just he does the similar kind of stuff, but his flow is just crazy good, man. So that's a great record. Number four, another New York dude is Nems with America's Sweetheart. Do you know who Nems is?
I have heard you mention that guy quite frequently.
Dude, so he's a dude out of Coney Island. and he's just ignorant as hell. He just talks shit the whole time. He calls everybody a pussy and like, did you hear the Bing Bong thing or fuck your life or any of that shit?
Mm-mm.
Yeah, he has a huge song called like Bing Bong. Everybody says Bing Bong nowadays, but the dude's super ignorant. He fucking just, it's just great stuff, man. I just love, like, this is what I was saying earlier. I just love the direction hip hop is going. And then my number five is this was a fucking group. I'm saying fuck a lot tonight because I'm just very excited with stuff. When I get excited, I curse like that. Sorry, people. Anyway, I went to Delaware one day to get some vodka because it's cheaper in Delaware. There's no tax. I don't know where you're
Total
looking.
Wine. Yep, I got you.
There's no tax, so it's way cheaper. Anyway, on the way back, I was listening to some hip hop. The record ended, and then Apple Music will play like similar artists. This song comes on. I'm like, damn, that beat's really good, man. I'm listening to it. Brianna's in the passenger side. I said, hey, grab my phone because I was on 95. I said, grab my phone. I'm like, favorite whatever that is so I can listen to it later. And she's like, yeah, no problem. It's Suicide Boys. And I'm like, what? She's like, yeah, it's Suicide Boys. You never heard them? I was like, no, I know who they are, but I always thought they were corny. Nope. Dude, I deep dove this band, this group, one of the best hip hop groups I've ever heard. It's really, you really have to have a keen ear to like these dudes, but yo man, them dudes are super talented. The dude writes every beat that they do. They have a million records, man. Every beat is basically by the one cousin. I really think that like I fucked up not listening to this before, but they have a record called Thy Kingdom Come that just came out in August. Yeah, man. One of my favorite groups right now.
Oh,
And it's just
okay.
crazy for me to say that because I always thought they were like corny. Nah, I was completely wrong. So that's my five.
Okay. Okay. There's some. I wrote some stuff down here. I'm gonna check some of it out. So for me, obviously not rap and hip hop, but I did my top five electronic music records, so EDM for lack of a better term.
And
Number
not to sound ignorant, I'm not going to do any of these.
Nah. But some of them, you might actually enjoy. So first one I got here is a guy by the name of Miguel Miggs. He did Shaping Visions.
Mm.
He does it's chill wave, it's down tempo type stuff, which is really where my honestly my proclivities lie. I want something I can put on in the background and kind of just bliss out to it, which is really cool. I forgot this guy was even alive. I fell into a rabbit hole where I really liked him and Rip Rowan and a lot of that San Francisco Under a Groove, that down tempo stuff, way back, way back in the early 2010s. And then it kind of fell off because my interest changed. Well, when I fly, I read. Well, I'm flying, and I did a lot of air travel this year, and I always have noise cancelers on, but I don't want anything with lyrics. So this stuff is it's right in the perfect setup for me. I really dig his shit. The next one,
I stand corrected because I have heard of that guy.
yeah, he's a pretty famous producer. He's done a lot of remixes, done a lot of singles. This album came out and I found it. I was like, oh, I forgot this guy even existed.
I'll
Really
check
good.
that out. Actually, send that to me.
I will. Next one I got here is this is Master Boot Record. So
Hmm.
this is glitchy kind of chip tuning type stuff,
I know
almost
this one too.
scrunky. Yeah, I think I've said this to you and you were like, yeah, that's all you do.
Yeah.
Again, different different stuff. But I enjoy it. I prefer like God is War more in this vein, but he didn't do anything this year, so we'll wait till he puts something out. But yeah, I really like Master Boot Record. This neat stuff. Next, I have a band. I know Tim's familiar. This is Age of Aquarius. This is Perturbator. It's a
You're putting this in that genre? Okay.
I threw that in here because it is kind of electronic and Carpenter Brute, I would have put in here in the same vein. Gunship, right? Slow Crush. I would have put all that. Time Cop 1984. I would have put all that in the same vein because it's all electronic y.
Okay.
Not bad. Now, the last two I got were two personal favorites. So first, I have Satin Jackets with Cruise Control. This is the closest thing to four on the floor type techno that you'll see on my list. I really like his stuff. I always get lumped in. I always get him and the French guy. I think it's Mado who did an awesome album 2 years ago. It was unbelievable. But again, this is my thing. The last one, Tim, you actually might dig this. It's the artist name is Sim Nagai, Nagai, and the album name is Up North. So this is imagine lo-fi hip hop beats with almost like a down tempo jazz type feel to it. So this is the shit I put on when I'm reading because I don't want to hear anything that'll distract me. There's a playlist. It's a Spotify playlist. It's called Fujiyama Beats, and it's all Japanese influenced lo-fi hip hop. Like literally, it's the lo-fi hip hop down tempo jazzy stuff. and it is no lyrics. It's
Okay.
got a groove to it. It's got a beat to the sense that you will sit there and you'll catch yourself doing this. Not like a heavy, not Onyx, right? But I catch myself nodding as I'm listening. And I find that when I read and I have that sort of stuff in my headphones, I feel like I retain more. But I'll send that and I'll send the Miguel Migs to you. Check it out, man. You might really like it. And anybody else who's looking for a change of pace, a palate cleanser, this is the kind of stuff I put in, and it's just different.
Yeah, you know what? Well, you know me. We've been friends for a long time. I absolutely hate instrumental music, like metal wise. I can't listen to it, but I can listen to instrumental like rap stuff. I
Yeah,
like
it's
I just love beats, so like I can listen to that stuff. But like, yeah, I'll check all that out for
I'll
sure.
send it to you, dude. I found so many. I found a playlist on Spotify which is music to rewire your brain was the name of it, and it's all that type of stuff. And then I found this Fujiyama Beats. I found one. It was just oh, here we go. Boom bap relax.
Oh yeah, I'll send that.
Instrumental beats from hip hop's golden era.
Oh fuck yes.
And it's I then there was and then I listened to some of the other stuff, binaural stuff, solfeggio frequencies, whatever. But yeah, I am a big fan of that. Give me the hip hop beats over instrumentals. Give me the down tempo, slower and lower stuff. I thought it was, again, it's a nice palette cleanser. I'll send you a couple of these things. You might actually like it. It's shit you put on in the background when you're walking around the house, where you don't need to be in the room every minute to feel like you're gonna miss something. But good stuff. All right, Tim, we got two questions left. Two questions left. First question: what are you looking forward to most next year? What's on your list?
Ooh, the new Silosis that comes
Okay.
in January. That's gonna be a top tenner. I already know that. The next one is gonna be a top tenner. I already know it. Get Gorea. I cannot wait for that record
Mm,
to be my album of the year. Honestly, I don't know what's coming out next year other than a couple of things I'm gonna mention. Them two Gorea, whatever you want to call it. Them two songs are unbelievable. If it comes to post black metal, there's not a better band in my opinion. Yeah, Death Heaven's there, but that Guerrilla stuff is unbelievable,
yeah,
dude.
it's good. It's good.
The new Nothing I can't wait for that comes out in January again. Two. I'm looking forward to that new Lamb of God. I think that new single is really good, and I really want to hear what they do. The new how do you say this? Svalbard.
Svalbard. Yep.
I'm looking forward to that. That single blew me away. The new Fit for an Autopsy, I'm looking forward to. I know a lot of people are like not really keen on that band or don't really like them, but I love everything they do. The new Mayhem, I've been hearing them singles. That sounds really good. That's like a return to form to me, and honestly, because I think a lot of their stuff has been the last couple years, but new songs sound great. And the singles I've heard off that Miracell record, that might be a top tenner for me as well.
Yo, that's a perfect transition because that's on my list for me. I
Yeah,
am really, really excited to see what they do. I'm looking forward to the new Paleface EP because I want to see, we talked
yeah.
about this. I want to see which way the sound goes. The new No Mas has a new album coming out. They're up there with Rotten Sound. It's probably some of the best pure grind actually touring these
Yeah,
days.
that stuff's good.
Converge has a new album coming out, which
There you go.
I am stoked for. I don't know why I'm always surprised that they put out a new song or a new album and I'll go, holy shit, these guys still got it. They still
Yeah,
got it.
they don't miss.
Next, the new Archspire. I'm part of the Kickstarter to pay for this. I get my like signed copy with like t-shirts and shit. But these guys, you boobs, stop playing Reverb. Reverb is buns. It's buns. Come to Philly. Stop hiding out in the fucking Northeast. Come to Philly. And the lineup is Archspire, Undeath, uh, Crown Magnetar, Mutilation Barbecue.
Oh, okay.
I'm
That's
not
a
driving out to fucking Reading. It's buns, guys. Come to Philly. Come to Philly. Or
yeah.
play fucking Jersey. Play AC.
We really need to find out why metal is so disregarded in Philadelphia right now.
You know who we got to get on the case? We'll call Rob Warren. We'll see what he thinks. Because he would know. He would know better than anybody.
I do.
I'm looking forward to the new Varials with the new singer. I think he's real abrasive, and I think that sounds really cool. That one song they released was great. Again, Mood Ring. We know Hunter's got the album done. He's already
Yeah,
probably
I
finished the
should have
next
said
one.
that.
And lastly, known release. I have known releases. K9, that band from France, that slam band. They've already said they're putting out a full length this year, which I'm really looking forward to. The And then every year I put these same three bands out there because they always seem to release albums at the same time. I know Origin has been working on something. I know Misery Index has been working on something. And considering they just released a single, I am sure The Fetus is working on something as well. So they're on my list of shit that I'm always watching for.
I'm gonna add in a thing here before we go to album of the year, and it's only one album. And that I'm very surprised me and you didn't mention, but I kind of think there was no way to really put it in. That new Ministry Squirrely Years.
Yeah, I struggled to find somewhere to fit that,
Me as
but I
well.
love it.
Yeah, me as well. Love it. I mean, it's not. I mean, it was new versions of old songs, but I just didn't know where to put it in. Like, I loved it. Listen
I
to it a lot.
Yeah, I go back to that a lot because we talked about this. Kim and I met. She's like, "Oh, I love Twitch. I love With Sympathy," and I'm like,
Yeah, what?
"So you've never heard of The Land of Rape and Honey?" She went, "No," and I went, "Oh." So I would agree. I think that album is a great reimagining, a
Yeah,
modernizing of that old stuff. No matter what you felt about the first time he recorded it, and Al's talked about shit about it all the time. I think it's fantastic. So yeah, it's the Squirrely Years Revisited. Definitely go check that out. It is well worth the listen.
definitely.
Okay, Tim, moment of truth. Gun to your head. Album of the year.
I'm gonna let you go first.
I had to go back and I had to look at what I've listened to the most, what I fast forward through the least, and what I think is a full encapsulation of a band's sound and where they're going. And not to sound like a homer, it's A Door Left Open from Orthodox.
Okay.
That to me is I love that Whitechapel album. I love Signs of Swarm. I listen to Gridiron more than anything else this year. Fox Lake is a latecomer. Signs of Swarm, latecomers, but they were up there. I truly think this Orthodox album is not only the best thing they've ever done, it is the album I fast forward least. I go through all the tracks and then I start all over again.
See, I wasn't expecting it because you put it in. Well, I don't know if you put it in the metal thing, but you agree with it, so I just assumed it was in there. But dude, I don't disagree with you at all. I mean, you can't say enough good things about that record.
Mm-mm, mm-mm. And
And
the fact that they're still touring and it's getting bigger and they're getting bigger audiences and they're getting better reactions, that I truly do believe for my friends in that band, I hope Mike and Adam and all those guys, I hope and pray that only goes up. It only keeps going up.
I think it will at this point. I mean, I seen a post from Adam the other day where he posted some tour photos and he's like, "Can't wait to go. We're back already." It's like, dude, you just got home. Like, relax a little bit.
Yeah, yeah.
But hey, I mean, if you're into it and that's what you want to do, I totally love that shit. Like, I love how excited he is for it, and we got to get him back on before they go out, and tell him like, hey, it was a record of the year for me, buddy.
Hmm.
You know what's the crazy part about that record is like I remember we had Adam on like halfway through the year, and he was just like, "I'm gonna let you guys hear this record." And like the
Yeah.
songs he put on for us, me and you were sitting there because it wasn't recorded, obviously, but we're like this.
Yo,
I
that's
was
you.
literally like, "What the
That,
fuck?"
that's you. That's not you. That's you. Yeah.
And then I remember like you were like, "All right, I got to go to bed," and like I talked to him for like another five whatever minutes it was, and I was just like, "Adam, like you guys really." I've only heard half of it at this point, but you guys this is going to be your breakout record. Yeah, it's good, man. But no, dude, it's your breakout record. I could just tell from hearing the five songs.
Hmm.
And then when the singles started coming out, I was just like, well, the world. And then, dude, the reactions to that record are fucking crazy, dude.
We've known Adam for a long time, but the public reaction of people who are just finding Orthodox has been huge.
It's been crazy, dude. I went to that Poison Well show, and I swear to God, every fifth person had an Orthodox shirt on. Every
So
fifth person.
I actually think it's going to be interesting because I think you put them, you put Boundaries. I would argue No Cure.
Yeah.
There's a lot of younger bands that have caught fire and are on that path on the way up. And I am very curious to see what all these bands do next because I actually do think they push each other.
Yeah. I would agree with that. Here's my question for you, though, with this record. And I want to see if you agree with this. There's something about the songwriting where, like, I don't know how to explain this because I'm not good at words like this, but like, let's take it from the Mosh standpoint. the mosh parts are just in a different realm for me. The way they do the mosh parts, it's just I don't know how Austin comes up with it, but like they bounce together so well.
Mhm.
It's like it's just hard to explain the way he does that. Like, cause you listen to it and you're like, wow, man, that came out of nowhere, but holy shit, is that heavy?
The the song structures, how they build them.
Yeah.
You know there's a breakdown coming, but you're not sure when. There is a lot of bounce riffs, a lot of bounce riffs, and it's just again like I go back to when we first played us those songs, and I was sitting here. That's not you. That's you. That's your voice. I fast forwarded this album the least. I fast forwarded it the least. I
Yeah.
listened to it the most. I am so glad for them, and I honestly, I hope Europe is in their future.
Yeah.
They've done Australia.
Yeah, they
I
done
hope Europe's in
Australia.
their future.
You know what it is? What I was trying to say. The record forces you to listen to it. You know what I mean? There's records where you can listen to it and you sit there and you go, yeah, it's good. Like I can go to the next thing. This record forces you to listen to it.
Yes.
You get what I'm saying when I say that?
Yes, and so now that I think about it, you know what a band that I would like I think they're kind of on the same trajectory, but based upon what I see on social media. Shout out to Harvey and Graphic Nature. They're maybe a revolution or two behind Orthodox, but they're on the same path. Their tours have gotten bigger and bigger and bigger. The shows look crazier and crazier. I mean, I I am really stoked for what these bands are doing. You know what? I should reach out to him and say, "Yo, you got some time? We'll grab you on Wednesday afternoon and we'll just chit chat for a little bit." But I again, I think that the metalcore sound is here to stay. The bands that do it well are going to get recognized, and that I really do think the Orthodox Boys they put lightning in a bottle and it worked, and it worked.
Yeah. I agree, man. And I'm very happy that's your album of the year because it deserves it. Seriously.
I went back and forth. I can't get around the fact that I do not fast forward one song. That to me right there is the proof.
Yeah, and I know what did I say earlier was my would have been my third one. The hell did I say it was?
What did I have it? I had it.
Like if we were
Uh,
doing a top 10, my third record would have been. Yeah,
was it
I have to bump that to four because three would have been Orthodox for me, and then two was Thornhill. But
was it Final Resting Place?
no, it was a full length.
Crippling Alcoholism?
No,
Spite?
no,
Bleed?
I forget what it was. But we'll bump that out of here because Orthodox would have been my number three if we were doing a top 10. Like in a certain order, that would have been my number three for sure.
Okay.
That Thornhill, it's just too good.
Is that your gun to your head, Tim? Is that your pick, Thornhill?
No, 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 no. Hell no. No, no, no.
Okay.
You know me. You can't guess what my
No,
number
I
one is.
know it is. It's the band that I did not put on my list because I didn't listen to it enough. It's the Deftones,
Private music, yeah.
which from a fan who's not the rabid super fan that you are, but someone who enjoys their music, this one caught me off guard because I could not believe how well put together and how intelligent it actually sounds. I'm glad they were able to work out whatever they had going on behind the scenes because it's brilliant. It truly is brilliant.
Yeah. See, I'm one of them dudes that's such a super fan of that band. When the first single came out, the fuck's the song called? God damn, My Mind is a Mountain.
Mm-hmm.
Is that what the song's called? Yeah.
Think so, yeah.
I super fan here and I don't remember what the song's called. Yeah, it's My Mind is a Mountain. Anyway, I remember them saying, "Hey, song's coming out at 3 p.m. Pacific," and I was like, "All right, that's 6 p.m. our time." I remember the day it came out. It was a Tuesday, I believe. I said to Brianna, we were cooking dinner. I said, "I'll be back in 20 minutes." So what the fuck are you doing? I said, "I'll be back. Don't worry about it. I'll be fucking back." I went downstairs. I had made sure my phone was charged. I made sure my headphones were charged because I wasn't listening to it any other way. I put my headphones in. I fucking refresh it. It came up and I said, okay, 5 years now. It's about fucking time. I put it on. Fucking a minute into it, I had tears in my eyes because I think that band is the greatest of all time. There's
It's
not a better band than Deftones.
they turned in a master level performance. Again, they basically surprise drop the album. It comes out. Then they start touring behind it. The tours did phenomenal. And you could say, oh, yeah, well, they blew up because of TikTok and they blew up because of social media. Yeah, great, fine, whatever. You can't take that away from them. They still fucking blew up. And
Yeah.
then they turned around and they put out an album that I came across an old Facebook post of mine where it said, I can't believe this year that Marilyn Manson and somebody else, bands who I've listened to
I forgot about that.
for 20 something years, put out career defining albums. And Deftones, this is their not return to form, but this is them taking everything they've done to this point and kind of cutting away the chaff, cutting away the stuff that really didn't work for them. And then they drop it all in a blender and they said, all right, what are we going to do with this? And got Stephen Carpenter got himself right. And the two of them, I mean, they play off each other, which is where that creative tension creates that dynamic in that band. It's a great album. It
Yeah.
really is a great album.
And it wasn't it was happy tears because like I hear a new song from them and I instantly tear up because I'm like there's something about that band and there's always had like when Diamond Eyes came out, I remember to this day I was driving to get a prescription at fucking Rite Aid. And I was like, the new record leaked. I burned it on a CD. I put it in
Mhm.
there on the way, and I instantly teared when Diamond Eyes came on. Instantly. And it's not like them tears like, ooh. It was happy tears like, oh my God. Like the pressure from me released. Like finally my favorite band put out a record.
Mhm.
And then when My Mind Is Mal came out, I the same thing just and I was like, that's how you know a band has a grip on you right there.
Yeah.
That's how you know right there.
Yep.
And then the record came out. I remember I held off for a day to listen to it, which was the most impossible thing I've ever done in my life. Because my buddy Matt was like, if you can hold off, I will come over Saturday at 5 p.m. and we will put the record on and clash a beer together and listen to it. And that's what we did. And the whole time it was playing, I was just, and he was like, yeah, man, record of the year. I said, yep.
Yeah. It is impressive, and it should be a lesson to all those bands out there that get kind of somewhat level of success early on, and then it kind of feels like things don't really take off the way you want it to. The internet has a long memory, and you'll never not be surprised at what results of it. I mean, I'll be honest with you, dude. I would not be surprised if Finch puts out a new album and they blow into the stratosphere because
Yeah.
that sound is something that people are hungry for. And the last album was I love we need to do a deep dive of all three in sequence and then like Phantasmagoria and all the other extra stuff that they didn't release.
Wait,
But
we've never done a deep dive on what it is to burn.
we did What It Is to Burn. We didn't
That's it.
do this Say Hello to Sunshine and we didn't do Back to Oblivion.
Oh, I love that record.
And I do think that sound is one of those things where if they put out an album that sounds just as good as like if you the album that they turned into the label that the label didn't want, so they it leaked and it created the band splitting again. I think that would explode in ways they'd be like, why now? Like the Deftones or Cheeto even said, like, why now?
TikTok, man.
Why now? I mean, God bless, God bless. Why now? All right, so
Let me ask you this before we get out of here.
mm,
If Orthodox didn't come out, what's your record of the year? Good question, right? It stumped you.
yeah, I mean, it would have been a close your eyes and pick close your eyes and pick between Whitechapel or Gridiron
That's what I figured.
because
Okay.
those are the two least fast forwarded albums. Or I could have went fucking nuts and just Ministry. Squirrel Years revisited and said, "Fuck it, I'm just gonna go out."
Yeah, right.
It would have been between those two again. My least fast forwarded, most listened to albums. But I gotta say that the Fox Lake album is right behind Gridiron. I think that's got a little bit more metal to that sound than the straight hardcore, and I really just enjoy what they do. There's I don't fast forward any of those songs either. So yeah, it would have been between Gridiron and Whitechapel.
Yeah, mine would have been Thornhill easily. So
Makes sense. Makes
you know,
sense.
you know, it's funny before we go to what year did the new Graphic Nature come out? Was that last year?
Think it was. I can tell you. Hold on. I got my list from last year in front of me.
I'm pretty sure it was, but here's the thing. I just want to go back and say
Yes, it was last year.
now I don't remember what my album of the year was last year. I think it was it Cane Hill. I don't remember.
I think it was Kate Hill because mine was Throne. Yeah.
If now that I think about it, that Graphic Nature is my record of 2024. Yeah, 100%. That record is perfect. Like when it gets to human and just 4, 5, 6, 7, it's just banger, 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 like yeah, record of the year.
You know, what we probably should do, Tim, if you keep your old lists, I have my old lists. Maybe we go back next year. We start the episode by going back to our 2025 list and saying, hey, what knowing now what you know, what would you change?
It's going to be Deftones for me. So, but
But
yeah,
like what else, what wouldn't have made your list and what would? Like knowing that you now have an extra year to listen, what's still rattling around up there as something you're into and what has kind of just fallen by its side.
you know what else we could do is because there's always them records that you hear halfway through the year after it came out. Like, holy shit, this would have been like my favorite record of the year
Yeah.
last year. We should do that.
Yeah, we really should. What did you miss in the year prior?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Dude,
Once
two
it,
hours we did. This was 2 hours long.
that's a beefy episode. So 6 years, almost 6 years in. I just want to say that I Tim and I have talked about this off air, but first of all, I want to thank all of you who watch, who listen, who subscribe, who like, who comment, who download via Libsyn or Apple Podcasts. We really do appreciate you. This is probably one of the highlight of my week is typically doing these on a Wednesday because I really do enjoy it. I'm
Yeah,
hanging out with
man.
my friend, we're drinking and we're talking about music. Funnily enough, I was having this conversation with work where I was telling one of my colleagues how there's AI tools now. We literally could fake an episode if we had to, just feed ChatGPT the script and then have the voice generated. And he said to me, he said, "Hey, do you think that's the future for some podcasters?" And I said, "Yeah, for the people who have audience capture, who don't like what they talk about, or maybe they're not interested. Yeah." But then I said to him, "You have to realize, me and my buddy get together over Zoom. We have a couple beers over the course of a Wednesday night. We talk about shit that we're interested in, and we just get to rapping about music." I said, I would never want to replace that with AI because the fun part is the conversation. That's
Yeah.
the fun part. And you nailed it last week when you said, if you think about it, we have over 600 subscribers on LinkedIn, on YouTube, LinkedIn, my God, uh, all through word of mouth.
Yeah.
No beating the bushes, no overdoing shorts, no boosting posts. It's kind of just we keep doing our thing and people keep showing up. So to those of you that keep showing up, on behalf of Tim and I, thank you very, very much. We really do appreciate it.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, dude, like not to track this episode anymore, but this has been our best year for interactions and subscriber counts and downloads. This has been a huge year for us. And I mean, yeah, I'm super surprised with it, super happy with it. Like I go on like to YouTube to like check like dude, there's a million notifications. It's fucking great, man. I love it, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Seriously.
Mm-hmm.
I seriously really I mean we didn't even put the episode out today yet, but it's
Yeah, we have
but
it
like
having some technical difficulties. Please
yeah.
excuse us.
But like at the same time, man, like you're 100% right, Jay. Like I fucking look forward to Wednesdays and they're a lot of fun, man. And like I said, if we had 100 subscribers, I'd still be doing it. I'd still be
I
happy.
it's
But
We're hanging out, having a good time, just bullshitting. Like
yeah,
whatever. So I hope I just bring this up to say, first of all, Tim, I want to thank you for doing this with me for these years.
yeah, man,
But
seriously.
I want to thank all of our fans. Like this is a labor of love for us. We had somebody post the other day who said, "Yeah, I don't comment much, but just want to let you know I listen every week." So thanks to you, thanks to everybody, and look forward to another couple of years of us having fun and shit. Maybe we'll stick around long enough to see new metal come around for the third time. Wouldn't that be interesting? Podcasting from the retirement village.
And we'll still say still was there at the beginning.
Yes, we're still
And
was
then we were
there.
there at the fucking Renaissance. So fuck you.
God, we got at age 70, but yeah, you never know. Stranger things have happened. All right, people. Thanks for tuning in, watching, listening. Hope you have a great holiday. Hope you great new year, whatever you're gonna do. Find you next year. Until then, cheers.
Later.